Yep, it looks like yes, we are now live streamed. Hi, I'm Paul Sugarman. This is the Instant Shakespeare Company, and today we're doing a reading of The Two Noble Kinsmen with Jackie Margolis as our playmaster.
Okay, I'm Jackie Margolis and I'm doing Hippolyta. Okay, what about Paul?
I'm playing Theseus. I'm Paul Sugarman. I'm playing Theseus.
Okay, Mark Goering.
I'm Mark Gehring, and I'm playing Palamon.
Virginia.
Hi, I am Virginia Hammer, Mid-Atlantic Theater Company, Newark, and I am playing the jailer's daughter.
And Geraldine.
Hi, I'm Geraldine. I'm playing Queen One, various women and countrymen.
David.
I'm David. I'm playing the wooer, fourth countryman, herald, gentleman, and knight too.
Okay, Ken. Kenneth.
I'm doing the doctor, first friend. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay,
Can
Brian.
everyone-
Brian White.
Hi, I'm Brian White, and I'll be playing the jailer slash keeper.
Kenneth Wayne,
Okay.
as far as I can.
Jailer slash what?
I'm the doctor.
Keeper.
First
Somebody's got
friend,
something
hilarious.
backing them up on sound.
You're not playing more than one role, Brian? Just that one?
Yeah, just that one.
No,
Okay.
your jailer and the keeper. It's two roles, right? The jailer is not the keeper.
Yeah.
You'll see it as we go along. You'll find it. Okay.
Mm.
Barbara.
I'm Barbara Kadish. I'm playing the Queen, the Countryman, and a few others.
Bennett.
I'm Bennett, our site, and also whatever it is that sings the opening song. Doesn't seem to have.
Okay, so we're saying our site and not Arcite, just to get that clear.
I think it's Arcite. Arcide.
Archive.
Oh, isn't it Arcide?
Now we got three.
Okay, which is it? Because I need to know.
I've always.
Somebody's sound. Ben, your sound's going out a lot.
My sound is in and out.
Well,
Well,
Shakespeare would have
it's
said Arcite, right? Paul, what do you think?
folks, one thing at a somebody just said my sound is out.
Can you go back and forth? The sound's off.
I think it's fine.
So we're
No, I
saying
keep
what
on hearing
Arcite
it.
we think is it, or what is the consensus? Arcite,
Arcide.
Arcady, Arcady. All right.
But it's
Arcady.
Latin.
I've heard
Italian. They all spoke Latin. Arcite.
But they're
No,
Greeks. They're
it's
Greeks
Greek.
though.
Agreed.
Greek.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think
Anyway.
both Victoria and Geraldine say Arcady, and so they seem. So let's try that.
Okay.
Arcite.
Kitty,
Arcite.
your sound's off. I think.
Kitty, you're muted.
Okay, I'm Kitty Chen playing Queen 3, Servant, Knight 1, Countryman 3, and reading the epilogue.
Okay. Evan.
Hi, Evan, he, him, or ze, zer. I will be reading the prologue and playing schoolmaster and friend number 2.
fabulous.
Okay, so we're missing Michael. I hope Michael turns up sooner or later. If not, somebody's gonna have to read his part. One of you guys will have to read. What happened to Michael? Did he respond when you sent him a Zoom? Yes.
I didn't see anything.
If he can't come or something, who will play his part? Here.
David, you'll do it? Okay, that would be great.
What's the role he has though? What's his role? I don't know what his role is.
Oh,
Perithus. Perithus, is that how it's pronounced? Perithus?
Perithus. Perithus and the
Perithus.
brother of the wooer, I think it is, or you know, something like that. Perithus, yes. He's got a nice big part, so if he doesn't show up, you're gonna have to do it. Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. I hit Michael with it. I sent him everything I was supposed to send him. I don't know what he did. So
You know what? I could text him while we're beginning. I'm not
okay.
I'll text
So
him.
let's start. Okay, we start with Act 1 in the two noble kinsmen. crazy. The two noble kinsmen. So everybody has to go off right now. Okay, we go off, stop video. You all have to go off.
Plus, you're on and we're on.
Barbara, go
No,
off.
we just have the prologue at the beginning. We start with the
Okay,
prologue.
okay. I see
on
what
the
you're saying.
prologue?
We'll do the
Okay.
prologue.
45 p.m. at
Okay.
3rd Avenue.
I can start whenever folks are ready.
MyConnectNYC.org or through the MyCart mobile app.
Doing the prologue. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I may. It sounds like somebody's got their sound on. Okay. New plays and maidenheads are near akin. Much followed, both for both much money given. If they stand sound and well, and a good play, whose modest scenes blush on his marriage day, and shake to loose his honor, is like her that after holy tie and first night stir, yet still is modesty, and still retains more of the maid to sight than husband's pains. We pray our play may be so, for I am sure it has a noble breeder and pure. A learned and a poet never went more famous yet twixt Poe and the Silver Trent. Chaucer of all admired, the story gives. They're constant to eternity it lives. If we let fall the nobleness of this, and the first sound this child here be a hiss, how will it shake the bones of that good man and make him cry from underground? Oh, fan from me the witless chafe of such a writer that blasts my bays and my famed works makes lighter than Robin Hood. This is the fear we bring. For to say truth, it were an endless thing, and too ambitious to aspire to him. Weak as we are, and almost breathless swim in the deep water. Do but you hold out your helping hands, and we shall take about, and something do save us. You shall hear scenes, though below his art may yet appear worth 2 hours' travel, to his bones sweet sleep, content to you. If this play do not keep a little dull time from us, we perceive our losses fall so thick, we must needs leave.
Roses in their sharp spines being gone, not royal in their smells alone, but in their hue. Maiden stinks of odor faint, daisies smell less yet most quaint, and sweet time true. Primrose born child of earth, every springtime's harbinger, with the bells dim, oxlips in their greens growing, marigolds on deathbeds blowing, lark's wheels chill. All dear nature's children sweetly before bride and bridegroom's feet, blessing their sense, not in yeah. Birds melodious or bird fair, its absent hence. The crow, the slanderous cuckoo, the budding raven, nor the chloe, nor the chattering pine, may our bright house march or sing, or with them any discord bring. But from it fly.
Enter three queens.
For pity's sake and true gentilities, hear and respect me.
Oh, for your mother's sake, and as you wish your womb may thrive with fair ones, hear and respect me.
Now for the love of him whom Jove hath marked the honor of your bed, and for the sake of clear virginity, be advocate for us and our distresses. This good deed shall raise you out of the book of trespasses. All you are set down there.
Sad lady, rise.
Stand up.
No knees to me. What woman I may see that is distressed does bind me to her.
What's your request? Deliver you for all.
We are three queens whose sovereigns fell before the wrath of cruel Creon, who endured the beaks of ravens, talons of the kites, and pecks of crows in the foul fields of Thebes. He will not suffer us to burn their bones or earn their ashes, nor to take the offense of mortal loathsomeness from the blessed eye of the holy Phoebus, but infects the winds with the stench of our slain lords. Oh, pity, Duke, thou purger of the earth, draw thy feared sword that does good turns to the world. Give us the bones of our dead kings, that we may chapel them, and of thy boundless goodness take some note that for our crowned heads we have no roofs, save this which the lions and the bears unfold to everything.
Pray you kneel not. I was transported with your speech, and suffered your knees to wrong themselves. I have heard the fortunes of your dead lords, which gives me such lamenting as wakes my vengeance and revenge for them. King Capaneus was your lord the day that he should marry you. At such a season as now it is with me, I met your groom. By Marsus' altar you were that time fair, not Juno's mantle fairer than your tresses, nor in more bounty spread her. Your wheaten wreath was then not threshed nor blasted. Fortunate you dimpled her cheek with smiles. Hercules, our kinsman, then weaker than your eyes, laid by his club, he tumbled down upon his Nemean hide, and swore his sinews thawed. O grief and time, fearful consumers, you will all devour.
Oh, I hope some God hath put his mercy in your manhood, where to heal infuse power and press you forth, our undertaker.
Oh, no knees, none, widow. Unto the helmeted Bellana use them, and pray for me your soldier. Troubled I am.
Honored Hippolyta, most dreaded Amazonian, that has slain the Cyclope boar, that with thy arm as strong as that his wife, walked near to make the male to thy sex captive, but that this thy Lord, born to uphold creation in that honor, first nature styled it him, shrunk thee into the bound that wast overflowing, at once subduing thy force and thy affection. Soldieress, that equally canst post sternest with pity, who now I know has much more power on him than e'er he had on thee, who owes his strength and his love to, who was a servant to the tenor of thy speech. Dear glass of ladies, bid him that we, whom flaming what doth scorch under the shadow of his sword, may cool us. Require him. He advanced it o'er our heads. Speak to it in a woman's key, like some woman, like such a woman as any of us three. Weep ere you fail. Lend us a knee, but touch the ground for us no longer time than a dove's motion where the head's plucked off. Tell him, if he in the blood-sized field lay swollen, showing the sun his teeth and grinning at the moon, what you would do.
Oh, poor lady, say no more. I at least trace this good action with you, is that whereto I am going? Never yet, when I so willingly wed. My lord is taken. Heart deep with your distress, let him consider. I'll speak anon.
Oh, my petition was set down in ice, which by hot grief uncandied melts into drops, so sorrow wanting form is pressed with deeper matter.
Pray stand up. Your grief is written in your cheek.
Oh, woe, you cannot read it there. There through my tears like wrinkled pebbles in a glass stream you may behold them. Lady, lady, alack! He that will all the treasure know the earth must know the center too. He that will fish for my least minnow, let him lead his line to catch one at my heart. Oh, pardon me, extremity that sharpens sundry wits makes me a fool.
Pray you say nothing. Pray you who cannot feel nor see the rain being in it, knows neither wet nor dry. If that you were the ground piece of some painter, I would buy you to instruct me against a capital grief indeed, such heart, pierced demonstration, but alas, being a natural sister of our sex, your sorrow bears so ardently upon me that shall make a counter reflect against my brother's heart, and warm it to some pity, though it were made of stone. Pray, have good comfort.
Forward to the temple, leave not out a jot of the sacred ceremony.
Oh, this celebration will long last and be more costly than your suppliant's war. Remember that your fame knows in the care of the world that what you do quickly is not done rashly. Your first thought is more than others' labored meditance. You're premeditating more than their actions. But oh, Jove, your actions soon as they move us, as aspreys do the fish, subdue before they touch. Think, dear Duke, think what beds our slain kings have.
What griefs are beds that our dear lords have none.
None fit for the dead. Those that with cords, knives, drams, precipitants, weary of this world's light, have to themselves been death's most horrid agents. Human grace affords them dust and shadow.
But our lords lie bristling for the visitating sun, and were good kings when living.
It is true, and I will give you comfort to give your dead lords graves. The which to do must take some work with Creon.
And that work presents itself to the doing. Now 'twill take form. The heats are gone tomorrow. Then bootless toil must recompense itself with its own sweat. Now he's secure, not dreams we stand before your puissance, wenching our holy begging in our eyes to make petition clear.
Now you may take him drunk with his victory.
And his army full of bread and sloth.
Artesius, that best knowest how to draw out fit to this enterprise, the primest for this proceeding, and the number to carry such a business, forth and levy our worthiest instruments, whilst we dispatch the grand act of our life, this daring deed of fate in wedlock.
Dowagers, take hands, let us be widows to our woes. Delay commends us to a famishing hope.
Farewell. We come unseasonably, but when could grief call forth as unpanged judgment can, first time for best solicitation?
Why, good ladies, this is a service, whereto I am going, greater than any was. It more imports me than all the actions that I have foregone, or futurely can cope.
The more proclaiming, our suit shall be neglected, when her arms able to lock Jove from a synod, shall by warranting moonlight corseletly. Oh, when her twining cherries shall their sweetness fall upon thy tasteful lips. What wilt thou think of wrought kings or blubbering queens? What care for what thou feelest not? What thou feelest being able to make Mars spurn his drome. Oh, if thou couch but one night with her, every hour it will take hostage of thee for 100, and thou shalt remember nothing more than what that blanket bids thee to.
Though much unlike you should be so transported, as much sorry I be such a suitor. Yet I think, did I not by the abstaining of my joy, which breeds a deeper longing, cure their surfeit that craves a present medicine, I should pluck all lady scandal on me. Therefore, sir, as I shall here make trial of my prayers, either presuming them to have some force, or sentence them for either vigor dumb, prorogue this business we are going about, and hang your shield before your heart about that neck, which is my fee, which I freely lend to do these poor queens service.
Oh, help now. Our cry
for your
is for your need.
For your need.
If you grant not my sister her petition in that force, with that celerity and nature which she makes in it, from henceforth I'll not dare to ask you anything, nor be so hardy ever to take a husband.
Pray stand up. I am entreating of myself to do that which you kneel to have me. Perseus, lead on the bride. Get you and pray the gods for success and return. Omit not anything in the pretended celebration. Queens, follow your soldier as before. Hence you and at the banks of Andly meet us with the forces you can raise, where we shall find the moiety of a number for a business more bigger looked, since than our last theme is more bigger looked. Since that our theme is haste, I stamp this kiss upon thy current lip. Sweet, keep it as my token. Set you forward, for I will see you gone. Farewell, my beauteous sister. Perseus, keep the feast full. Bate not an hour on it.
Sir, I'll follow you at heels. The feast solemnity shall want till your return.
Cousin, I charge you, budge not from Athens. We shall be returning ere you can end this feast, which I pray you make no abatement. Once more, farewell all.
Thus dost thou still make good the tongue of the world.
An earnest of deity equal with Mars.
If not above him, for thou being but mortal, makest affections bend to godlike honors. They themselves, some say, groan under such a mastery.
As we are men, thus should we do. Being sensually subdued, we lose our human title. Good cheer, ladies. Now turn we towards your comforts.
Dear Palamon, dearer in love than blood, and our prime cousin, yet unhardened in the crimes of nature, let us leave the city, Thebes, and the temptings in it, before we further sully our gloss of youth. And here to keep in abstinence we shame, as in incontinence, for not to swim in the aid of the current were almost to sink, at least to frustrate striving, and to follow the common stream, to bring us to an eddy where we should turn or drown. If labor through, our gain but life, and weakens.
Your advice is cried up with example. What strange ruin since first we went to school may we perceive walking in Thebes? Scars and bare weeds, the gain of the martialist, who did propound to his bold ends honor and golden ingots, which though he won, he had not, and now flirted by peace for whom he fought. Who then shall offer to Mars so scorned altar? I do bleed when such I meet, and wish great Juno would resume her ancient fit of jealousy to get the soldier work, that peace might purge for her repletion and retain anew her charitable heart, now hard and harsher than strife or war could be.
Are you not out? Meet you no ruin, but the soldier and the cranks and the turn of Thebes? You did begin as if you met decays of many kinds. Perceive you none that do arouse your pity, but them considered soldier?
Yes, I pity decays where'er I find them, but such most that sweating in an honorable toil are paid with ice to cool them.
'Tis not this I did begin to speak of. This is virtue of no respect in Thebes. I spake of Thebes, how dangerous if we will keep our honors, it is for our residing, where every evil hath a good color, where every seeming good's a certain evil, where, not to be even jump as they are, here we're to be strangers, and such things to be mere monsters.
'Tis in our power, unless we fear that apes can tutors, to be masters of our manners. What need I affect another's gait, which is not catching where there is faith? Or to be fond upon another's way of speech, when by mine own I may be reasonably conceived, saved too, speaking it truly. Why am I bound by any generous bond to follow him, follows his tailor, haply so long until the followed make pursuit? Or let me know why mine own barber is unblessed. With him my poor chin too, for 'tis not scissored just to such a favorite's glass. What cannon is there that does command my rapier from my hip to dangle it in my hand, or to go tiptoe before the street be foul? Either I am the 4-horse in the team, or I am none that draw in the sequent trace. These poor slight sores need not a plantain, that which rips my bosom almost to the heart.
Our Uncle Creon.
He, a most unbounded tyrant, whose successes makes heaven unfeared and villainy assured beyond its power. There's nothing, almost puts faith in a fever and defies alone voluble chance, who only attributes the faculties of other instruments to his own nerves and acts, commands men's service, and what they win in it boot and glory on. That fears not to do harm, good dares not. Let the blood of mine that sinned to him be sucked from me with leeches. Let them break and fall off me with that corruption.
Clear-spirited cousin, let's leave his court, that we may nothing share of his loud infamy. For our milk will relish of the past, and we must be vile or disobedient, not his kinsmen in blood, unless in quality.
Nothing truer. I think the echoes of his shame have deaf the ears of heavenly justice. Widows' cries descend again into their throats, and have not due audience of the gods. Valerius.
The king calls for you. Yet be 11-footed till his great rage be of him. Phoebus, when he broke his whips, exclaimed against the horses of the sun, but whispered to the loudness of his fury.
Small winds shake him, but what's the matter?
Theseus, who had threats of Paul's, had sent deadly defiance to him, and pronounces ruins of Thebes, who is at hand to seal the promise of his wrath.
Let him approach, but that we fear the gods in him, he brings not a jot of terror to us. Yet one man thirds his own worth, the case is each of ours, when that his actions dredged with a mind assured 'tis bad he goes about.
Leave that unreasoned. Our service stands now for Thebes, not Creon. Yet to be neutral to him were dishonor, rebellious to oppose. Therefore we must with him stand to the mercy of our fate, who hath bounded our last minute.
So we must. Is Ted this war's afoot, or shall it be on fail of some condition?
This in motion, the intelligence of state came in the instant of the fire.
That's to the king, who, were he a quarter carrier of that honor which his enemy come in, the blood we venture should be as for our health, which were not spent, rather laid out for purchase. But, alas, our hands advance before our hearts. What will the fall of the stroke do damage?
Let the event, that never-erring arbitrator, tell us when we know all ourselves, and let us follow the becking of chance.
No further.
Sir, farewell. Repeat my wishes to our great lord, of whose success I dare not make any timorous question. Yet I wish him excesses, an overflow of power, and it might be to door ill-dealing fortune. Speak to him. Store never hurts, good governess.
Though I know his queen needs not my poor drops, yet they must yield their troubled tribute here, my precious maid. Those best affections that the heavens infuse in their best tempered pieces keep enthroned in your dear heart.
Thanks, sir. Remember me to our all royal brother, for whose speed the great Bellion solicit, and since in our terrain state petitions are not without gifts understood, I'll offer to her what I should be advised.
In his bosom we have been soldiers, and we cannot weep when our friends don their helms, or put to sea, or tell of babes broached on the lands, or women that have sod their infants in, and after ate them the brine that they wept at killing them. Then if you stayed to see of us such spinsters, we should hold you here forever.
Peace be with you. As I pursue this war, which shall be then beyond further requiring.
Amelia, where are you?
How his longing follows his friends since his depart. His sport, though craving seriousness and skill, passed slightly his careless execution. Were not gain made him regard, or loss consider, but playing or business in his hand, another directing in his head, his mind nurse equal to these so differing twins. Have you observed?
With much labor, and I did love him for it, they too have cabined in many as dangerous as poor a corner pearl, and when contending, they have skiffed torrents whose roaring tyranny and power, and the least of these were dreadful, and they have fought out together where death's self was lodged, yet fate hath brought them off. Their knot of love, tied, weaved, entangled, was so true so long, and with a finger of so deep a cunning may be all outworn, never undone. I think Theseus cannot be umpire to himself, cleaving his conscience into twain, and doing each side like justice, which he loves best.
Doubtless there is a best, and reason has no manners to say it is not you. I was acquainted once with a time when I enjoyed a playfellow. You were at war, when she, the grave and rich, who made too proud the bed, took leave of the moon, which then looked pale at parting, when our count was each at 11.
'Twas Flavia.
Yes. You talk of Prithous and Theseus' love. Theirs has more ground, more maturely seasoned, more buckled with strong judgment, and their needs the one of the other may be said to water their intertwangled roofs of love. But I and she I sigh and spoke of were things innocent, love for what we did, and like the elements that know not what nor why, yet do affect rare issues by their operance, our souls did so to one another. What she liked was then of me approved, what not condemned no more arraignment. The flower that I would pinch and put between my breasts, oh, then but beginning to swell upon the blossom, she would long till she had such another, and commit it to like innocent cradle, where phoenix-like they did in perfume on my head no toy but was her pattern, perfections, pretty though happily her careless where I followed for my most serious decking, had mine ear stolen some new air, or at adventure hummed on from musical coinage, why it was a note whereon her spirit would sojourn rather than dwell on, and sing it in her slumbers. This rehearsal, which fury innocent wots well comes in, like old importment's bastard, has this end. This is the true love tween maid and maiden, maybe more than in sex individual.
You are out of breath, and this high-speeded pace is but to say that you shall never, like the maid Flavina, love any that's called man.
I am sure I shall not.
Oh, now alack, weak sister, I must no more believe thee in this point, though in it I know thou dost believe thyself. Then I will trust a sickly appetite that loathes, even as it longs. But sure, my sister, if I were ripe for your persuasion, you have said enough to shake me from the arm of the all-noble Theseus, for whose fortunes I will now in and kneel with great assurance that we more than his Parathus possess the high throne in his heart.
I am not against your faith, yet I continue mine.
A battle struck within, then a retreat, flourish, then enter Theseus victor. The three queens meet him and fall on their faces before him.
To thee no star be dark.
Queen two, both heaven and earth friend thee forever.
All the good that may be wished upon thy head, I cry amen to't.
The impartial gods who from the mounted heavens view us their mortal herd, behold who err, and in their time chastise. Go and find out the bones of your dead lords, and honor them with treble ceremony, rather than a gap should be in their dear rights. We would supply it, but those we will depute which shall invest you in your dignities, and even each thing our haste does leave imperfect. So adieu, and heaven's good eyes look on you. What are those? Is there a
That's me, sorry.
Men
of great quality may be judged by their appointment. Some of thieves have told our sisters, children's, nephews of the king.
By the helm of Mars, I saw them in the war, like to a pair of lions succored with prey, make lanes and troops aghast. I fixed my note constantly on them, for they were a mark worth a god's view. What prisoner was it that told me when I inquired their names?
They're called Arcite and Palanon.
'Tis right, those they are not dead.
Nor in a state of life. Had they been taken when their last hurts were given, 'twas possible they might have been recovered. Yet they breathe and have the name of men.
Then like men use 'em, or the very lees of such millions of rates exceed the wine of others. All our surgeons convent in their behoof our richest balms. Rather than niggard waste, their lives concern us, much more than Thebes is worth, rather than have them freed of this plight, and in their mourning state, sound and at liberty. I would 'em dead. But 40,000-fold we'd rather have 'em prisoners to us than death. Bear 'em speedily from our kind heir to them unkind, and minister what man to man may do, for our sake more. Since I have known fights, fury, friends, behests, loves, provocations, zeal, a mistress task, desire of liberty, a fever madness, hath set a mark which nature could not reach to without some imposition, sickness in will, or wrestling strength and reason, for our love and great Apollo's mercy, all our best, the best skill tender. Lead into the city, where, having bound things scattered, we will post to Athens for our army.
Entered three queens of the hearses of their knights.
Burns and odors bring away, vapor sighs darken the day. A dole more deadly looks than dying. Bombs and gums and heavy cheers. Sacred vials filled with tears, and clamors while they're flying. Come all sad and solemn shows that are quick eyes we convent not else
but woes. We convent not else but woes. This funeral path brings to your household's grave. Joy sees on you again. Peace.
And this to yours.
Yours this way. Heaven lend 1,000 differing ways to one sure end.
This world's a city full of strange streets, and death's the marketplace where each one meets.
Enter jailer and woo.
I may depart with little while I live. Something I may cast to you, not much. Alas, the prison I keep, though it be for great ones, yet they seldom come. Before one, Salmon, you shall take a number of minnows. I am given out to be better line than it can appear. To me, report is a true speaker. I would I were really that I am delivered to be. Marry, what I have, be it what it will, I will assure upon my daughter at the day of my death.
Sir, I demand no more than your own offer, and I will estate your daughter in what I have promised.
Well, we will talk more of this when the solemnity is past, but have you a full promise of her? When that shall be seen, I tender my consent.
I have, sir, and here she comes.
Your friend and I have chanced to name you here upon the old business, but no more of that. Now, so soon as the court hurry is over, we will have an end of it. In the meantime, look tenderly to the two prisoners. I can tell you they are princes.
Oh, these strewings are for their chamber. 'Tis pity they are in prison, and 'twere pity they should be out. I do think they have patience to make any adversity ashamed. The prison itself is proud of them, and they would have all the world in their chamber.
They are famed to be a pair of absolute men.
By my troth, I think fame but stammers them. They stand a rise above the reach of report.
I heard them reported in the battle to be the only doers.
Nay, most likely, for they are noble sufferers. I marvel how they would have looked had they been victors, that with such a constant nobility and force, a freedom out of bondage, making misery their mirth, and affliction a toy to jest at.
Are they so?
It seems to me they have no more sense of their captivity than I of ruling Athens. They eat well, look merrily, they discourse of many things, but nothing of their own restraint, and disasters yet sometime disasters, yet sometime a divided sigh, martyrs as 'twere in the deliverance will break from one of them, when the other presently gives it so sweet a rebuke that I could wish myself a sigh to be so chid, or at least a sire to be comforted.
I never saw him.
The Duke himself came privately in the night, and so did they. What the reason of it is, I know not. Look yonder, there are. That's our sight looks out.
No, sir. That's Palamon. Arcita is the lower of the twain. You may perceive a part of him.
Go to, leave your pointing. They would not make us their object out of sight.
It is a holiday to look on them, Lord. The difference of men.
Enter Palamon and Arcite in prison.
How do you, noble cousin?
How do you, sir?
Why, strong enough to laugh at misery and bear the chance of war, Yet we are prisoners, I fear, forever, cousin.
I believe it. And to that destiny have patiently laid up my hour to come.
Oh, cousin Arcite, where is Thebes now? Where is our noble country? Where are our friends and kindreds? Nevermore must we behold those comforts, never see the hardy youths strive for the games of honor, hung with the painted favors of their ladies, like tall ships under sail. Then start amongst them, and as an eastward leave them all behind us like lazy clouds. Whilst Palamon and Arcite, even the wagging of a wanton leg, outstrip the people's praises, won the garlands ere they have time to wish them ours. Oh, never shall we two exercise like twins of honor our arms again, and feel our fiery horses like proud seas under us. Our good swords now, better the red-eyed god of war never were, bravished our sides like age must run to rust, and deck the temples of those gods that hate us. These hands shall never draw them out like lightning to blast whole armies more.
No, Palamon, those hopes are prisoners with us. Now here we are, and here the graces of our youths must wither like a too timely spring. Here, age must find us, and which is heaviest, Palamon, unmarried. The sweet embraces of a loving wife, loaded with kisses, armed with 1,000 cupids, shall never clasp our necks. No issue know us. No figures of ourselves shall we ever see to glad our age, and like young eagles teach them boldly to gauge against the bright arms and say, remember what your fathers were, and conquer. The fair-eyed maids shall weep our banishments, and in their songs curse ever-blinded fortune, till she for shame see what a wrong she has done to youth and nature. This is our world. We shall know nothing here but one another. Here, nothing but the clock that tells our woes. The vine shall grow, but we shall never see it. Summer shall come, and with all her delights, but dead cold winter must inhabit here still.
'Tis too true, Arcite. To our Theban hounds that shook the aged forest with their echoes, no more now must we halloa, no more shake our pointed javelins, whilst the angry swine flies like a Parthian quiver from our rages, struck with our well-steeled darts. All valiant uses, the food and nourishment of noble minds, in us too here shall perish. We shall die, which is the curse of honor. Lastly, child of grief and ignorance.
Yet, cousin, even from the bottom of these miseries, from all that fortune can inflict upon us, I see two comforts rising, two mere blessings, if the gods please, to hold here a brave patience and enjoying of our griefs together. Whilst Palamon is with me, let me perish if I think this our prison.
Certainly, 'tis a main goodness, cousin, that our fortunes were twinned together. 'Tis most true. Two souls put in two noble bodies, let them suffer the gall of hazard, so they grow together, will never sink, they must not say they could. A willing man dies sleeping, and all's done.
Shall we make worthy uses of this place that all men hate so much?
How, gentle cousin?
Let's think this prison holy sanctuary to keep us from corruption of worse men. We are young, and yet desire the ways of honor, that liberty and common conversation, the poison of pure spirits, might, like women, woo us to wander from. What worthy blessing can be but our imaginations may make it ours? And here, being thus together, we are an endless mind to one another. We are one another's wife, ever begetting new births of love. We, our father, friends,
yes.
We are in one another, families. I am your heir, you are mine.
Ah,
Place is our inheritance. No hard oppressor dare take this from us. Here, with a little patience, we shall live long and loving. No surfeits seek us. The hand of war hurts none here, nor the seas swallow their youth.
ah,
Were we at liberty, a wife might part us lawfully, or business quarrels consume us. Envy of ill men crave our acquaintance. I might sicken, cousin, where you should never know it, and so perish without
Yes.
your noble hand to close mine eyes, or prayers to the gods.
yes.
1,000 chances were we from hence would sever us.
Ah, you have made me. I thank you, cousin Arcite, almost wanton with my captivity. What a misery it is to live abroad and everywhere. 'Tis like a beast, methinks. I find the court here, I am sure, a more content, and all those pleasures that woo the wills of men to vanity I see through now, and am sufficient to tell the world 'tis but a gaudy shadow that old time as he passes by takes with him. What, had we been old in the court of Creon, where sin is justice, lust and ignorance the virtues of the great ones? Cousin Arcite, had not the loving gods found this place for us, we had died as they do, ill old men, unwept, and had their epitaphs, the people's curses. Shall I say more?
I would hear you still.
You shall. Is there record of any two that love better than we do, Arcite?
Surely there cannot.
I do not think it possible our friendship should ever leave us.
Till our deaths it cannot.
Enter Amelia and her woman.
And after our deaths, our spirits shall be led to those that love eternally. Speak on, sir. This garden has a world of pleasures in it.
What flower is this?
Is called Narcissus, madam.
That was a fair boy, certain, but a fool to love himself. Were there not maids enough?
Pray forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or were they all hard-hearted?
They could not be to one so fair.
Thou wouldst not.
I think I should not, madam.
That's a good wench. But take heed to your kindness, though.
Why, madam?
Men are mad things.
Will you go forward, cousin?
Canst thou not work such flowers in silk, wench?
Yes.
I'll have a gown full of 'em and of these. This is a pretty color. Wilt not do rarely upon a skirt, wench.
Dainty, madam.
Cousin. Cousin. How do you, sir? Come on.
Never till now was I in prison, Arcite.
Well, what's the matter, man?
Behold and wonder. By heaven, she is a goddess.
Yabba.
Do reverence, she is a goddess, Arcite.
Of all flowers, methinks a rose is best.
Why, gentle madam?
It is the very emblem of a maid. For when the west wind courts her gently, how modestly she blows and paints the sun with her chaste blushes. When the north comes near her, rude and impatient, then, like chastity, she locks her beauty in her bud again and leaves him to base briars.
Yet, good madam, sometimes her modesty will blow so far she falls for it. A maid, if she's any honor, would be loath to take example from her.
Thou art wanton.
She is wondrous fair.
She is all the beauty extant.
The sun grows high. Let's walk in. Keep these flowers. We'll see how near art can come near their colors. I am wondrous merry-hearted. I could laugh now.
I could lie down, I'm sure.
And take one with you.
That's as we bargained, madam.
Well, agreed then.
What think you of this beauty?
'Tis a rare one.
Is but a rare one.
Yes, of matchless beauty.
Might not a man well lose himself and love her?
Well, I cannot tell what you have done. I have. Beshrew mine eyes for it. Now I feel my shackles.
You love her then?
Who would not?
And desire her?
Before my liberty.
I saw her first,
That's nothing.
but it shall be.
I saw her too.
Yes, but you must not love her.
I will not as you do to worship her as she is heavenly and a blessed goddess. I love her as a woman, to enjoy her so both may love.
You shall not love at all.
Not love at all. Who shall deny me?
I that first saw her, I that took possession first with mine eye of all those beauties in her revealed to mankind. If thou lovest her, or entertainest a hope to blast my wishes, thou art a traitor, Arcite, and a fellow false is thy title to her. Friendship, blood, and all the ties between us I disclaim if thou once think upon her.
Yes, I love her. And if the lives of all my name lay on it, I must do so. I love her with my soul. If that will lose ye, well, farewell, Palamon. I say again, I love, and in loving her maintain I am worthy, and as free a lover as have just a title to her beauty as any Palamon or any living that is man's son.
Have I called thee friend?
Yes, and have found me so. Why are you moved thus? Let me deal coldly with you. Am not I part of your blood, part of your soul? You have told me that I was Palamon and you were Arcite.
Yes.
Am I not liable to those affections, those joys, griefs, angers, fears my friend shall suffer?
Yea, you may be.
Well then, why then would you deal so cunningly, so strangely, so unlike a noble kinsman to love alone? Speak truly, do you think me unworthy of her sight?
No, but unjust. If thou pursue that sight.
Because another first sees the enemy, shall I stand still and let mine honor down and never charge?
Yes, if he but be one.
But say that one had rather combat me.
Let that one say so and use thy freedom. Else, if thou pursuest her, be as that cursed man that hates his country, a branded villain.
You are mad.
I must be. Till thou art worthy, Arcite, it concerns me. And in this madness, if I hazard thee and take thy life, I deal but truly.
Fie, sir. You play the child extremely. I will love her. I must and ought to do so, and I dare, and all this justly.
Oh, that now, thy false self and thy friend had but this fortune to be 1 hour at liberty and grasp our swords in our hands, I would quickly teach thee what 'twere to flitch affection from another. Thou art baser in it than a cutpurse. Put but thy head out of this window more, and as I have a soul, I'll nail thy life to it.
Thou darest not, fool. Thou canst not. Thou art feeble. Put my head out. I'll throw my body out. Leap the garden when next I see her, and pitch between her arms to anger thee.
No more. The keeper's coming. I shall live to knock thy brains out with my shackles.
Who?
By your leave, gentlemen.
Now, honest keeper.
Lord Arcite, you must presently to the Duke. The cause I know not yet.
I'm ready, keeper.
Prince Palamon, I must must a while bereave you of your fair cousin's company.
And me too, even when you please, of my life. Why is he sent for? It may be he shall marry her. He's goodly, and like enough the Duke hath taken notice both of his blood and body. But his falsehood, why should a friend be so treacherous? If that get him a wife so noble and so fair, let honest men ne'er love again. Once more I would but see this fair one. Blessed garden, and fruit and flowers more blessed that still blossom as her bright eyes shine on you. Would I were for all the fortune of my life hereafter yon little tree, yon blooming apricot. How I would spread and fling my wanton arms in at her window. I would bring her fruit fit for the gods to feed on. Youth and pleasure, still as she tasted, should be doubled on her. And if she be not heavenly, I would make her so near the gods of nature they should fear her. And then I am sure she would love me. How now, keeper? Where's our Kite?
Banished. Prince Periphas obtained his liberty, but nevermore upon his oath and life must he set foot upon this kingdom.
Ah, he's a blessed man. He shall see Thebes again and call to arms the bold young men that when he bids them charge, fall on like fire. Arcite shall have fortune if he dares make himself a worthy lover, yet in the field to strike a battle for her. And if he lose her then, he's a cold coward. How bravely he may bear himself to win her, if he be noble Arcite, 1,000 ways. Were I at liberty, I would do things of such a virtuous greatness that this lady, this blushing virgin, should take manhood to her and seek to ravish me.
My lord, for you, I have this charge too.
To discharge my life?
No, but from this place to remove your lordship. The windows are too open.
Devils take him that is so envious to me. Prithee, kill me.
And hang for it afterward.
By this good light, had I a sword, I would kill thee.
Why, my lord?
Thou bringest such pelting, scurvy news continually. Thou art not worthy life. I will not go.
Indeed, you must, my lord.
May I see the garden?
No.
Then I'm resolved, I will not go.
I must constrain you then. And for you are dangerous. I'll clap more irons on you.
Do, good keeper. I'll shake 'em so ye shall not sleep. I'll make you a new Morris. Must I go?
There is no remedy.
Farewell, kind window. May rude wind never hurt thee. Oh, my lady, if ever thou hast felt what sorrow was, dream how I suffer. Come, now bury me.
Banished the kingdom is a benefit, a mercy I must thank him for. But banished the free enjoying of that face I die for. Oh, 'twas a studied punishment, a death beyond imagination. Such a vengeance that were I old and wicked, all my sins could never pluck upon me. Palamon, thou hast the start now. Thou shalt stay and see her bright eyes break each morning against thy window, and let in life into thee. Thou shalt feed upon the sweetness of her noble beauty, that nature never exceeded, nor never shall. Good gods, what happiness hath Palamon? 20 to 1 he'll come to speak to her. And if she be as gentle as she is fair, I know she's his. He has a tongue will tame tempests and make the wild rocks wanton. Come what can come, the worst is death. I will not leave the kingdom. I know mine own is but a heap of ruins, and no redress there. If I go, he has her. I am resolved. Another shape shall make me, or end my fortune. Either way, I'm happy. I'll see her and be near her, or no more.
My masters, I'll be there, that's certain.
And I'll be there.
And I?
When then have with the boys? 'Tis but a chiding. Let the plow play today, and I'll tick out of the jade's tail tomorrow.
Oh, I am sure to have my wife as jealous as a turkey, but that all one, I'll go through. Let her mumble.
Clap her aboard tomorrow night and stow her and all's made up again.
I do, but put a festny in her fist, and you shall see her take a new lesson out and be a good wench. Do we all hold against the May?
Hold? What should we ail us?
Arcus will be there.
And Senwa.
Senas.
And Rigus. And
better lads ne'er danced under green tree, and yet know what wenches, ah? But will the dainty Domine, the schoolmaster, keep touch? Do you think? For he does all you know.
You need a horn, Buck, ere he fail. Go to, the man is too far driven between him and the tanner's daughter to let slip now, and she must see the Duke, and she must dance too.
Shall we be lusty?
all the boys in Athens blow the wind in their breeches on us. And here I'll be, and there I'll be, for our town, and here again, and there again. Ah, boys, high for the weavers.
Ah, this would be done in the woods.
Oh, pardon me.
By any means our thing of learning sees so, where he himself will edify the Duke most parlously in our behalf. He's excellent in the woods. Bring him to the plains. His learning makes no cry.
We'll see the sports, then every man to tackle, and sweet companions, let's rehearse by any means, before the lady seeth, and do sweetly, and God knows what may come on it.
Content. The sports once ended, will perform. Away, boys, and hold.
By your leaves, honest friends, pray you, whither go you?
Whither? What's a question that?
Yes, 'tis a question to me that know not.
To the games, my friend.
Where were you bred that know it not?
Not far, sir. Are there such games today?
Yes, marry, thou art there, and such as you never saw. The Duke himself will be in person there.
What pastimes are they?
Wrestling, running, 'tis a pretty fellow.
Thou will not go along?
Not yet, sir.
Well, sir, take your own time. Come, boys.
Ah, my mindsmith gives me, this fellow has a vengeance trick of the hip. Mark how his body's made for it.
I'll be hanged though if he dare venture. Hang him plum porridge. He wrestle, he roast eggs. Come, let's be gone, lads.
Now this is an offered opportunity I durst not wish for. Well, I could have wrestled. The best men called it excellent, and run swifter than wind upon a field of corn, curling the wealthy ears, never flew. I'll venture, and in some poor disguise I'll be there. Who knows whether my brows may not be girt with garlands, and happiness preferred me to a place where I may ever dwell in the sight of her.
Why should I love this gentleman? 'Tis odds he never will affect me. I am base. My father, the mean keeper of this prison, and he, a prince. To marry him is hopeless. To be his whore is witless. Out upon it, what pushes are we wenches driven to when 15 once has found us, or even 63? First, I saw him. I, seeing, thought he was a goodly man. Yes, as much to please a woman on him, if he pleased to bestow it so, as ever these eyes yet looked upon. Next, I pitied him, and so would any young wench by conscience that ever dreamed, or vowed her maidenhead to a young handsome man. Then I loved him, extremely loved him, and infinitely loved him, and yet he had a cousin, fair as he too. But in my heart was Palamon, and there, Lord, what a coil he keeps to hear him sing in an evening. What a heaven it is. And yet his songs are sad ones. Fairer spoken was never gentleman. When I come in to bring him water in the morning, first he bows his noble body and then salutes me thus. Fair gentle maid, good morrow. May thy goodness get thee a happy husband. Once he kissed me. I loved my lips the better 10 days after. But he would do so every day. He grieves much, and me as much to see his misery. What should I do to make him know I love him? For I would fain enjoy him. Say I ventured to set him free. What says the law then? That's much for law, or kindred. I will do it. And this night or tomorrow, he shall love me.
Ah, you have done worthily. I have not seen since Hercules a man of tougher sinews. Whate'er you are, you run the best and wrestle that these times can allow.
I am proud to please you.
What country bred you?
This, but far off, Prince.
Are you a gentleman?
My father said so, and to those gentle uses gave me life.
Are you his heir?
His youngest, sir.
Your father sure is a happy sire, then. What proves you?
A little of all noble qualities. I could have kept a hawk, and well have hallowed to a deep cry of dogs. I dare not praise my feat in horsemanship, yet they that knew me would say it was my best piece. Last and greatest, I would be thought a soldier.
You are perfect.
Upon my soul, a proper man.
Upon my soul, a proper man.
He is so. He is so.
How do you like him, lady?
I admire him. I had not seen so young a man, so noble, if I say true, of his sword.
Amelia?
His mother was a wondrous handsome woman. His face makes me think, goes that way. but his body and fiery mind illustrated a brave father.
Mark how his virtue like a hidden sun breaks through his baser garments.
He's well got through.
What made you seek this place, sir?
Noble Theseus, to purchase name and do my ablest service to such a well-found wonder as thy worth, of only in thy court, of all the world dwells fair-eyed honor.
All his words are worthy.
Sir, we are much indebted to your travel, nor shall you lose your wish. Pirithous, dispose of this fair gentleman.
Thanks, Theseus. Whate'er you are mine, and I shall give you to a most noble service. To this lady, this bright young virgin, pray, observe her goodness. You have honored her fair birthday with your virtues, and as your due, you are hers. Kiss her fair hand, sir.
Sir, you're a noble giver. Dearest beauty, thus let me seal my vowed faith. When your servant, your most unworthy creature, but offends you, command him die, and he shall.
That were too cruel. If you deserve well, sir, I shall soon see it. You are mine, and somewhat better than your rank, I'll use you.
I'll see you furnished, and because you say you are a horseman, I must needs entreat you this afternoon to ride. It's a rough one.
I like him better, Prince. I shall not then freeze in my saddle.
Sweet, you must be ready, and you, Amelia, and you, friend, and all, tomorrow by the sun, to do observance to flowery May in Dian's wood. Wait well, sir, upon your mistress. Amelia, I hope he shall not go afoot.
That were a shame, sir. Well, I have horses. Take your choice. And what you want at any time, let me but know it. If you serve faithfully, I dare assure you you'll find a lovely, loving mistress.
If I do not, let me find that my father ever hated disgrace and blows.
Go, lead the way. You have won it. It shall be so. You shall receive all dues fit for the honor you have won. 'Twere wrong else. Sister, beshrew my heart, you have a servant that if I were a woman would be master, but you are wise.
I hope you're wise for that, sir.
Enter jailer's daughter, alone.
What happened? Virginia?
Are you there?
Virginia?
She is there. I mean, she's still there as a panelist, but
What happened here? Hello?
Virginia, it's another jailer's daughter speech.
Oh, everybody's going off. It seems something happened here.
No, I don't think so. Everybody's here. I mean, they're just all muted.
There's an override. There's an override on the mute.
Well, I don't know how that happened because I didn't.
No, it's nobody's fault. It's just happening.
Let's see if I
my
can.
audio comes on and off.
Yeah, my microphone seems to come on and off just fine too.
Hello, can you hear me? This is Brian.
Yes, we can hear you.
I just turned my mute off. I'm going to turn it off now.
Okay. Yeah, you seem to be working. I don't know. I think Virginia may have not realized yet.
Virginia went away.
And because she does still seem to be there.
Stepped away. Want me to read it?
I'm calling her right now. See if she answers.
I don't think something's going on because I see I'm in a small box here rather than full. There's something wrong.
Yeah, well, when one person, if person A talks, then B gets booted off. That's what I'm tracking.
I'm tracking there could be something wrong with the service.
Exactly. That's what I'm seeing.
Hmm.
Like it's hands-free.
Testing.
You're not touching it, and then that happens.
Testing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I can hear you, Mark. I mean,
Oh,
so
there, you're on now.
seems to
Paul
be-
came on.
It
Where's
seems to be,
Virginia?
I seem to be in control of mine. I've tried to ask Virginia to unmute, but I don't know. I think she may have just not realized she had
Yeah,
another.
there's something wrong.
on
'cause I
camera?
I
Can you hear
can't
me?
get on either.
Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can
I
hear you,
can hear you,
Michael.
Michael.
I hear you, Michael.
Camera, she sounds like she just lost her connection.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but I mean, she's
Wait,
still
well,
showing
did you
up as a
guys-
panelist.
Wait, where are you guys? Oh shoot!
There she is. She's
I
back.
went to let my dogs go pee. Are you up to page 60? Are you up to page
Body
67?
emergency.
You got to page
58. You have a speech on 58.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
She had to let the
God, I hope
dogs
you
out.
haven't- All right, I'm right here. All right. Were you waiting long? Oh shit. Okay. here we go.
Yeah,
Oh.
we were. You should have told us.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Jackie. Okay, here we go. Can you see me and everything?
No,
you
we
see
can't see you at all.
All right, you can see me in a second. Oh, Jesus, this dang thing. Oh, reality interface.
Oh God, life is becoming a mess.
Do you not have the little icon to start your video? We can hear you fine, but you can't turn on your video, Virginia?
There we go.
Ah! Okay.
We also got Brian and
There you
Barbara.
are.
Hey!
There you go.
Oh shit. Now it went to the beginning. Okay, 57.
58, scene
58.
6.
Oh, I am so sorry. God, Jesus Christ. All right, 58. And I don't think Jesus cares either. Okay, here we go. Let all the dukes and all the devils roar. He is at liberty. I have ventured for him. And out I have brought him to a little wood a mile hence. I have sent him where a cedar higher than all the rest spreads like a plain fast by a brook. And there he shall keep close till I provide him files and food, for yet his iron bracelets are not off. Oh, love, what a stout-hearted child thou art. My father durst better have endured cold iron than done it. I love him beyond love and beyond reason or wit or safety. I have made him know it. I care not. I'm desperate. If the law find me and then condemn me for it, some wenches, some honest-hearted maids will sing my dirge and tell to memory my death was noble, dying almost a martyr. That way he takes. My purpose is my way too. Sure, he cannot be so unmanly as to leave me here. If he do, maids will not so easily trust men again. And yet he has not thanked me for what I have done. No, not nor so much as kissed me. And that, methinks, is not so well. Nor scarcely could I persuade him to become a free man. He made such scruples of the wrong he did to me and to my father. Yet I hope when he considers more, this love of mine will take more root within him. Let him do what he will with me. So he used me kindly, for use me he shall. Or I'll proclaim him unto his face no man. I'll presently provide him necessaries and pack my clothes up. And where there is a path of ground, I'll venture so to be with me. By him, like a shadow, I'll ever dwell. Within this hour, the whole above will be all over the prison. I am then kissing the man they look for. Farewell, Father. Get many more such prisoners and such daughters, and shortly you may keep yourself. Now,
The Duke has lost Hippolyta. Each took a several land. This is a solemn rite they owe bloomed May, and the Athenians pay it to the heart of the ceremony. Oh, Queen Amelia, fresher than May, sweeter than her golden buttons on the bows, or all the enameled knacks of the mead or garden. Yea, we challenge to the bank of any nymph that makes the stream seem flowers. Thou, O jewel of the wood, of the world, hast likewise blessed apace with thy sole presence in thy rumination, that I, poor man, might eftsoons come between and chop on some cold thought, thrice blessed chance to drop on such a mistress, expectation, most guiltless on it. Well, tell me, O Lady Fortune, next after Emily, my sovereign, how far I may be proud. She takes strong note of me, hath made me near her, and this beauteous morn, the primest of all year, presents me with a brace of horses. Two such steeds might well be by a pair of kings backed in a field that their crowns titles tried. Alas, alas, poor cousin Palamon, poor prisoner, thou so little dreamst upon my fortune, that thou thinkst thyself the happier thing to be so near Amelia. Me thou deemst at Thebes, and therein wretched, although free. But if thou knewst my mistress breathed on me, and that I eared her language, lived in her eye, oh, coz, what passion would enclose thee?
Traitor kinsman, thou shouldst perceive my passion if these signs of imprisonment were off me, and this hand but owner of a sword. By all oaths in one, I and the justice of my love would make thee a confessed traitor. Oh, thou most perfidious that ever gently looked the voids of honor, that ever bore gentle token, falsest cousin that ever blood made kin, call'st thou her thine? I'll prove it in my shackles with these hands void of appointment, that thou liest and art a very thief in love, a chaffy lord, nor worth the name of villain. Had I a sword and these house clogs away.
Dear cousin Palamon,
Cousin Arcite, give me language such as thou hast shown me feet.
not finding in the circuit of my breast any gross stuff to form me like your blazon, holds me to this gentleness of answer. 'Tis your passion that thus mistakes, the which to you being enemy cannot to me be kind. Honor and honesty I cherish and depend on. Howsoever you skip them in me, and with them, fair cuz, I'll maintain my proceedings. Pray be pleased to show in generous terms your griefs, since that you question your questions with your equal, who professes to clear his own way with the mind and sword of a true gentleman.
That thou durst, Arcite.
My cuz, you have been well advertised how much I dare. You've seen me use my sword against the advice of fear. Sure of another, you would not hear me doubted, but your silence should break out, though in the sanctuary.
Sir, I have seen you move in such a place, which well might justify your manhood. You were called a good knight and a bold, but the whole week's not fair if any day it rain. Their valiant temper men lose when they incline to treachery, and then they fight like compelled bears would fly were they not tied.
Kinsman, you might as well speak this and act it in your glass as to his ear, which now disdains you.
Come up to me. Quit me of these cold jibes. Give me a sword, though it be rusty, and the charity of one meal lend me. Come before me then, a good sword in thy hand, and do but say that Emily is thine. I will forgive the trespass thou hast done me, yea, my life, if then thou carriest. and brave souls in shades that have died manly, which will seek of me some news from earth, they shall get none but this, that thou art brave and noble.
Be content. Again betoke you your hawthorn house with counsel of the night. I will be here with your wholesome viands. These impediments will I file off, and you shall have garments and perfumes to kill the smell of the prison. After, when you shall stretch yourself and say, none but Arcite, I am in plight. And there shall be your choice, both sword and armor.
Oh, you heavens! Dares any noble so bear a guilty business? None, but only Arcite. Therefore none but Arcite in this kind is so bold.
Sweet Palamon,
I do embrace you and your offer. For your offer do it I only. Sir, your person without hypocrisy, I may not wish more than my sword's edge on it.
you hear the horns. Enter your music, lest this match between us be crossed ere met. Give me your hand, and farewell. I'll bring you every needful thing. I pray you take comfort, and be strong.
Pray hold your promise, and do the deed with a bent brow. Most certain you love me not. Be rough with me, and power this oil out of your language. By this air I could for each word give a cuff. My stomach not reconciled by reason.
Plainly spoken, yet pardon me hard language when I spur my horse. I chide him not. Content and anger in me have but one face. Hark, sir, they call me the scattered to the banquet. You must guess I have an office there.
Sir, your attendance cannot please heaven, and I know your office unjustly is achieved.
If a good title, I am persuaded this question's sick between us. By bleeding must be cured. I'm a suitor, that to your sword you will bequeath this plea, and talk of it no more.
But this one word, you are going now to gaze upon my mistress, for note you, mine she is.
Nay then.
Nay, pray you talk of feeding me to breed me strength. You are going now to look upon a son that strengthens what it looks on. There you have a vantage o'er me. But enjoy it till I may enforce my remedy. Farewell.
Wait, what page? It's 67, right?
67.
Sorry, okay. He has mistook the beak I meant. He's gone after his fancy. 'Tis now well nigh morning. No matter. Would it were perpetual night, and darkness lord of the world. Hark! 'Tis a wolf. In me hath grief slain fear. But for one thing I care for nothing, and that's Palamon. I reek not if the wolves would jaw me, so he had this file. What if I hallowed for him? I cannot hallow. If I whooped, what then? If he not answered, I should call a wolf and do him but that service. I have heard strange house this livelong night. Well, may it not be they have made prey of him? He has no weapons. He cannot run. The jangling of his gyves might call fell things to listen, who have in them a sense to know a man unarmed and can smell where resistance is. I'll set it down. He's torn to pieces. They howl many together, and then they feed on him. So much for that. Be bold to ring the bell. How stand I then? All's chaired when he is gone. No, I lie. My father's to be hanged for his escape. Myself to beg. If I prized life so much as to deny my act, but that I would not, should I try death by dozens. I am moped. Food took I none these 2 days. Sip some water. Do not close mine eyes, save when my lids scoured off their bine. Alas, dissolve my life. Let not my sense unsettle, lest I should drown, or stab, or hang myself. Oh, state of nature, fail together in me, since thy best props are warped. So which way now? The best way is the next way to a grave. Each errant step beside is torment. Lo, the moon is down. The crickets chirp. The screech owl calls in the dawn. All offices are done, save what I fail in. But the point is this, an end. That is all.
I should be near the place. Oh! Cousin Palamon.
Arcite.
The same. I brought you food and files. Come forth and fear not. Here's no Theseus.
Not none so honest, Arcite.
That's no matter. We'll argue that hereafter. Come, take courage. You shall not die thus beastly. Here, sir, drink. I know you're faint, and then I'll talk further with you.
Arcite, thou mightst now poison me.
I might, but I must fear you first. Sit down, and good now. No more of these vain parleys. Let us not have our ancient reputation with us make talk for fools and cowards. To your health, etc.
Do.
You pray sit down then, and let me entreat you by all the honesty and honor in you. No mention of this woman, 'twill disturb us. We shall have time enough.
Well, sir, I'll pledge you.
Well, drink a good hearty draught. It breeds good blood, man. Do you not feel it thaw you?
Stay. I'll tell you after a draught or two more.
Spare it not. The Duke has more, cuz. But eat now.
Yes.
I'm glad you have so good a stomach.
I am gladder I have so good meat to it.
Is not mad lodging here in the wild woods, cousin?
Yes, for them that have wild consciousness.
How taste your victuals? Your hunger needs no sauce, I see.
Not much. But if it did, yours is too tart, sweet cousin. What is this?
Venison.
'Tis a lusty meat. Give me more wine. Here, Arcite, two of the wenches we have known in our days. The Lord Steward's daughter, do you remember her?
After you, cuz.
She loved a black-haired man.
She did so well, sir.
And I have heard some call him Arcite, and...
Out with it, Faith.
She met him in Ann Arbor. What did she there, cuz? Play the virginals?
Something she did, sir.
Made her groan a month for it, or 2, or 3, or 10?
The Marshal's sister had her share too, as I remember, cousin. Else there be tales abroad. You'll pledge her?
Yes.
Pretty brown wench 'tis. There was a time when young men went a hunting and a wood and a broad beach. Oh, thereby hangs a tale. Hey ho!
Poor Emily, upon my life. Fool away with this strained mirth. I say again, that sight was breathed for Emily. Base cousin, didst thou break first?
You are wide.
Why, heaven and earth, there's nothing in thee honest.
Then I'll leave you. You're a beast now.
As thou markest me, traitor.
There's all things needfuls, huh? Files, shirts, and perfumes. I'll come again in some 2 hours hence and bring that shall quiet all.
A sword and armor.
Fear me not. You are now too foul. Farewell. And get off your trinkets. You shall want naught.
Sir, ha!
I'll hear no more.
If he keep touched, he dies for it.
He has mistook. Oh, the beak I meant is gone. After his fancy, 'tis now well nigh morning. No matter. Would it were perpetual night. Wait a minute, I already said this. It's page 67, okay.
72.
I am very cold. And all the stars are out too. The little stars. And all that look like eglets. The sun has seen my folly. Palamon, alas, no, he's in heaven. Well, where am I now? Yonder's the sea, and there's a ship. Oh, how it tumbles, and there's a rock lies watching underwater. Oh, now it beats upon it. Now, there's a leak sprung, a sound one. Whoa, how they cry upon her before the wind. You lose all of us. Up with a course or two. And take a bout, boys. Oh. Good night. Good night. You're gone. I'm very hungry. Very hungry. Would I could find a fine frog. He would tell me news from all parts of the world. Then I would make a carrack of a cockle shell, and that sail by north east to the king of pygmies. For he tells fortunes rarely. Now my father, 20-1, is trussed up in a tree. Tomorrow morning, I'll nurse never word. For I'll cut my green coat a foot above my knee, and I'll clip my yellow locks an inch below mine eye. Hey, nonny, 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 he's buy me a white cat forth for to ride, and I'll go seek him through the wood that is so wide. Hey, nonny, nonny, nonny. Oh, 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 for a prick. Now, like a nightingale, to put my breast against. I shall sleep like a top else.
Fie, what tediosity and sanity is here among ye. Have my rudiments been labored so long with ye, milked into ye, and by a figure even the very plumb broth and marrow of my understanding laid upon ye? And do you still cry where and how and wherefore? You most coarse freeze capacities, ye have judgments. Have I said thus let be, and there let be, and then let be, and no man understand me, prob deum, medius, Phidias, ye are all dunces. For why, here stand I, here the Duke comes, there you close on the thicket. The Duke appears, I meet him, and unto him I utter learned things, and many figures he hears and nods, and hums, and then cries rare, and I go forward at length, I fling my cap up, mark there, then do you as once did Meleager, and the boar break comely out before him. Like true lovers, cast yourselves in a body decently and sweetly, by a figure trace and turn, boys.
Oh, and sweetly we do it, Master Gerald.
Draw up the company. Where's the taborer?
Why didn't they? Here, my mad boys, have that back.
But I say, where's the woman?
Here's Fritz and Madeline.
And little Lucy with the white legs and bouncing.
Okay, and freckled Nell, but never failed her master.
Where be your ribbons, maids? Swim with your bodies and carry it sweetly and deliverly, and now and then a flavor and a frisk.
Oh, let us alone, sir.
Where's the rest of the music?
Dispersed as you commanded.
Couple then, and see what's wanting. Where's the Bovian? My friend, carry your tale without offense or scandal to the ladies, and be sure you tumble with audacity and manhood when you bark, with judgment.
Yes, sir.
Quo usque taudem. Here is a woman wanting.
We make a whistle, and the fat's the fire.
We have, as learned authors utter, washed a tile. We have been fatuous and labored vainly.
This is that scornful piece, that scurvy Hilding, that gave her promise faithfully she would be here. Cicely, the sempster's daughter. The next gloves that I give her shall be dog skin. Nay, and she failed me once, you can tell Arcus. She swore by wine and bread she would not break.
An ill and woman, a learned poet says, unless by the tail and with thy teeth thou hold, will either fail in manners. This was false position.
Oh, fire, ill taker. Does she flinch now?
What shall we determine, sir?
Nothing. Our business is become a nullity. Yea, and a woeful and piteous nullity.
Now, when the credit of our town lay on it, now to be framed Paul, now to be piced with the nettle. Go thy ways, and I'll remember thee. I'll fit thee.
Enter jailer's daughter.
Virginia, daughter, where art thou? Oh, daughter, thy jailer's daughter. Virginia, we're going to kill you.
With the dog again.
76.
Mhm.
The doctor.
Where's Virginia?
Enter the jailer's daughter. Ah, well. Well, there are some interesting facts about this. This is not a play from the first folio. It was, although it was, oh, she's here. Never mind.
What page, please?
Killer dogs, honey.
It's 76.
76.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was on that page. That's right, that's right. Boy, I'm really the bomb basil this time. I really apologize, you guys. Jeez Louise.
I'm
You can
gonna
see me,
kill your
right?
dogs. Right, go ahead.
You're doing a great job. It's fabulous.
Well, the dog is doing the wolf, but it's a late entrance on the dog's part too. Okay. The Georgia Low came from the south, from the coast of Barbary, and there he met with brave gallants of war. By one, by two, by three, ah, well hail, you jolly gallant soldiers. And whether now are you bound? Oh, let me have your company till come to the sound of the words three fools fell out about it. Oh, one that said it was an old ooh, 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 the other, he said nay. The third, he said it was a hawk. Yeah. And then her bells were cut away. Hmm? Hmm?
There's a dainty mad woman, mister. Comes in the nick as mad as a March hare. If we get her dance, we are made again. I warn her, she'll do the rarest gambles.
Mad woman, we are made, boys.
And are you mad, good woman?
I would be sorry else. Give me your hand.
Why?
I could tell you a fortune. You are a fool. Tell 10, I oppose them. Buzz. Friend, you must eat no white bread. If you do, your teeth will bleed extremely. No? Shall we dance? Ho, come on. I know you're a tinker. See, you're a tinker. Stop, no more hoes. But what you should.
Even ye, a tinker, damsel.
Or a conjurer. Raise me a devil now, and let him play Kipasa of the bills and bones.
Go take her and fluently persuade her to a piece. Et opus exegi quod nec jovis ira nec ignis, etc. Strike up and lead her in.
Come, lads, let's trip it.
Well, I'll lead.
I do.
Persuasively and cunningly. Away, boys. I hear the horns give me some meditation, and mark your cue. Palace, inspire me.
This is the way the stag took.
Stay and edify.
Oh, what have we here?
Some country sport upon my life, sir. Well, sir, go forward. We will edify. Ladies, sit down. We'll stay it.
Thou doughty duke, and all hail, sweet ladies.
This is a cold beginning.
if you but favor our country pastime maid is, we are a few of those collected here that ruder tongues distinguish a villager, and to say verity and not to fable. We are a merry rout, or else a rabble, or company, or by a figure chorus, that for thy dignity will dance a morris. And I, that am the rectifier of all by the title pedagogus, that love all the birch upon the breeches of the small ones, and humble with the ferula of the tall ones, do here present this machine or this frame, and dainty Duke, whose dowdy small fame from dis to Daedalus, from post to pillar, is blown abroad. Help me, thy poor well-willer, and with thy twinkling eyes look right and straight upon this mighty moor of mickle weight, is now comes in, which being glued together, the body of our sport of no small study, I first appear, the rude and raw and muddy, to speak before thy noble grace this tenor, at whose great feet I offer up my penna. And the next to the Lord of May and Lady Bright, the chambermaid and the serving man by night, that seek out silent hanging, then mine host and his fat spouse that welcomes to their cost the gold traveler, and with the beckoning informs the tapster to inflame the reckoning, then the beast-eating clown, and next the fool, the Bavian with the long tail and eke long tool, Commultius, Alice, that make a dance, say I, and shall presently advance.
Aye, by any means, dear Domine.
Produce, intrepte play, come forth and foot it.
Lady, if we have been merry and have pleased thee with a dairy and a down, say the schoolmaster is no clown. Duke, if we have pleased thee too, and have done as good boys should do, give us but a tree or twain for maple and again, ere another year run out, will make thee laugh and all this rout.
Take 20, Domine. How does my sweetheart?
Oh, never so pleased, sir.
It was an excellent dance.
What? It's not me. It's not me.
Either. I'm here.
It was an excellent dance, and for a preface.
This schoolmaster, I thank you. One seemed all rewarded.
And here's something to paint your pole with, all.
Now, to our sports again.
May the stag thou hunt'st stand long, and thy dogs be swift and strong. May they kill him without lets, and the ladies eat his dousets. Come we all are made. Ye donk, omnes, ye have danced rarely, wenches. Da-da-da.
About this hour, my cousin gave his faith to visit me again, and with him bring 2 swords and 2 good armors. If he fail, he's neither man nor soldier. When he left me, I did not think a week could have restored my lost strength to me. I was grown so low and crestfallen with my wants. I thank thee, Arcite, thou art yet a fair foe. And I feel myself, with this refreshing, able once again to outdure danger. To delay it longer would make the world think, when it comes to hearing, that I lay fatting like a swine to fight. I'm not a soldier. Therefore, this blessed warning shall be the last. And that sword he refutes, if it but hold, I kill him with. 'Tis justice. So love and fortune for me. Oh, good morrow.
Morrow, noble kinsman.
I have put you to too much pain, sir.
That too much, fair cousin, is but a debt to honor and my duty.
Would you were so in all, sir. I could wish you as kind a kinsman as you force me find a beneficial foe, that my embraces might thank you, not my blows.
I shall think either. Well done, a noble recompense.
Then I shall quit you.
Defy me in these fair terms, and you show more than a mistress to me. No more anger, as you love anything that's honorable. We were not bred to talk, man, when we are armed and both upon our guards. Then let our fury, like the meeting of two tides, fly strongly from us. And then, to whom the birthright of this beauty truly pertains, without upbraiding, scorns, despising of our persons, and such poutings fitter for girls and schoolboys, will be seen, and quickly yours or mine. Will it please you arm, sir? Or if you feel yourself not fitting yet and furnished with your old strength, I'll stay, cousin, and every day discourse you into health. As I am spared, your person I'm friends with, and I could wish I had not said I loved her, though I had died. But loving such a lady and justifying my love, I must not fly from it.
Arcite, thou art so brave an enemy that no man but thy cousin's fit to kill thee. I am well and lusty. Choose your arms.
Choose you, sir.
Wilt thou exceed in all, or doest thou do it to make me spare thee?
If you think so, cousin, you're deceived, for as I am a soldier, I will not spare you.
That's well said.
You'll find it.
Then, as I am an honest man and love, with all the justice of affection, I'll pay thee soundly. This I'll take.
Well, this is mine, then. I'll arm you first.
Do. Pray thee tell me, cousin, where got's thou this good armor?
'Tis the Duke's, and to say true, I stole it. Do I pinch you?
No.
Not too heavy.
I have worn a lighter, but I shall make it serve.
I shall buckle it close.
By any means.
You care not for a grand guard?
No, we'll use no horses. I perceive you would fain be at that fight.
I am indifferent.
Faith, so am I. Good cousin, thrust the buckle through far enough.
I warrant you.
My casque now.
Will you fight bare-armed?
We shall be the nimbler.
Well, but use your gauntlets, though. Those are the least. Prithee, take mine, good cousin.
Thank you, Arcite. How do I look? Am I fallen much away?
Faith, very little. Love has used you kindly.
I'll warrant thee, I'll strike home.
Yeah, do, and spare not. I'll give you cause, sweet cousin.
Now to you, sir. Methinks this armor's very like that, Arcite, that thou worest that day the three kings fell, but lighter.
It was a good one, very good one, and that day I well remember. You outdid me, cousin. I never saw such valor when you charged upon the left wing of the enemy, and I spurred hard to come up, and under me I had a right good horse.
You had indeed a bright bay, I remember.
Yes, but all was vainly labored in me. You outwent me, nor could my wishes reach you, yet a little I did by imitation.
More by virtue, you are modest, cousin.
Well, when I saw you charge first, methought I heard a dreadful clap of thunder break from the troops.
But still before that flew the lightning of your valor. Valor, stay a little. Is not this piece too straight?
No, 'tis well.
I would have nothing hurt thee, but my sword, a bruise would be dishonor.
Now I'm perfect.
Stand off, then.
Here, take my sword. I hold it better.
I thank ye. No, keep it. Your life lies on it. Here's one, if it but hold, I ask no more for all my hopes. My cause and honor guard me.
And me, my love. Is there aught else to say?
This only, and no more. Thou art mine aunt's son, and that blood we desire to shed is mutual. In me, thine, and in thee, mine. My sword is in my hand, and if thou killest me, the gods and I forgive thee. If there be a place prepared for those that sleep in honor, I wish his weary soul that falls may win it. Fight bravely, cousin. Give me thy noble hand.
Here, Palamon, this hand shall never more come near thee with such friendship.
I commend thee.
If I fall, curse me and say I was a coward, for none but such dare die in these just trials. Once more, farewell, my cousin.
Farewell, Arcite.
Lo, cousin, lo, our folly has undone us.
Why?
This is the Duke. A hunting, as I told you. If we be found, we are wretched. Retire, for honor's sake, and safely presently into your bush again. Sir, we shall find too many hours to die in. Gentle cousin, if you be seen, you perish instantly for breaking prison, and I, if you reveal me, for my contempt. Then all the world will scorn us and say we had a noble difference, but base disposers of it.
No, no, cousin, I will no more be hidden, nor put off this great adventure to a second trial. I know your cunning, and I know your cause. He that faints now, shame take him, put thyself upon thy present guard.
You are not mad?
Or I will make the advantage of this hour mine own, and what to come shall threaten me, I fear less than my fortune. No, weak cousin, I love Emilia, and in that I'll bury thee, and all crosses else.
Then come. What can come thou shalt know, Palamon. I dare as well die as discourse or sleep. Only this fears me. The law will have the honor of our ends. Now have it thy life.
Look to thine own well, Arcite. Ah!
What ignorant and mad malicious traitors are you, that against the tenor of my laws are making battle, thus like knights appointed without my leave, and officers of arms? By Castor both shall die.
Hold thy word, Theseus. We are certainly both traitors, both despisers of thee and of thy goodness. I am Palamon that cannot love thee, he that broke thy prison. Think well what that deserves. And this is Arcite, a bolder traitor, never trod thy ground, a falser, never seen friend. This is the man, was begged and banished. This is he contemns thee and what thou darest do, and in this disguise, against thine own edict, follows thy sister, that fortunate bright star, the fair Emilia, whose servant, if there be a right in seeing, and first requiting of the soul too, justly I am, and which is more, dares think her his. This treachery, like a most trusty lover, I called him now to answer. If thou beest as thou art spoken, great and virtuous, the true decider of all injuries, say, fight again, and thou shalt see me, Theseus, do such a justice thou thyself will envy. Then take my life, I'll woo thee to it.
Oh, heaven! What more than man is this?
I have sworn.
We seek not thy breath of mercy, Theseus. 'Tis to me a thing as soon to die as thee to say it, and no more moved. Where this man calls me traitor, let me say thus much. If in love be treason, in service of so excellent a beauty as I love most, and in that faith will perish, as I have brought my life here to confirm it, as I have served her truest, worthiest, as I dare kill this cousin that denies it, so let me be most traitor, and ye please me. For scorning thy edict, Duke, I ask that lady, why she is fair, why her eyes command me to stay here to love her. And if she say traitor, I am a villain fit to lie unburied.
Thou shalt have pity of us both, O Theseus, if unto neither thou show mercy. Stop, as thou art just, thy noble ear against us, as thou art valiant. For thy cousin's soul, whose 12 strong labors crown his memory. Let us die together at one instant, Duke. Only a little let him fall before me, that I may tell my soul he shall not have her.
I grant your wish. For to say true, your cousin has 10 times more offended, for I gave him more mercy than you found. Sir, your offences be no more than his. None here speak for him, for ere the sun set, both shall sleep forever.
Ah, alas, the pity. Now or never, sister, speak, not to be denied. That face of yours will bear the curses else of after ages for these lost cousins.
In my face, dear sister, I find no anger in them, nor no ruin. The misadventures of their own eyes kill them. Yet that I will be a woman and have pity. My knees shall grow to the ground, but I'll get mercy. Help me, dear sister. It is a deed so virtuous, the powers of all women will be with us. Most royal brother.
Sir, by our tie of marriage.
By your own spotless honor.
By that faith, that fair hand, and that honest heart you gave me.
By that you would have pity in another. By your own virtues infinite.
By valor, by all the chaste knights I have ever pleased you.
These are strange conjurings.
Nay, then, I'll in too. By all our friendships, sir, by all our dangers, by all you love most, wars and this sweet lady.
By that you would have trembled to deny a blushing maid.
By your own eyes, by strength in which you swore I went beyond all women, almost all men, and yet I yielded, Theseus.
To crown all this by your most noble soul, which cannot want to mercy, I beg first.
Next hear my prayers.
Last let me entreat, sir.
For mercy.
Mercy!
Mercy on these princes.
Ye make my faith real. Say I felt compassion to them both. How would you place it?
Upon their lives, but with banishments.
You are a right woman, sister. You have pity, but want the understanding where to use it. If you desire their lives, invent a way safer than banishment. Can these two live and have the agony of love about them and not kill one another? Every day they'd fight about you, hourly bring your honor in public question with their swords. Be wise then, and here forget 'em. It concerns your credit and my oath equally. I have said they die. Better they fall by the law than one another. Bow not my honor.
Oh, my noble brother, that oath was rashly made, and in your anger your reason will not hold it. If such vows stand for express will, all the world must perish. Besides, I have another oath against yours, of more authority, I am sure more love, not made in passion neither, but good heed.
What is it, sister?
Urge it home, brave lady.
That you would never deny me anything fit for my modest suit and your free granting. I tie you to your word now. If ye fall in it, think how you name your honor. For now I am set a begging, sir. I am deaf to all but your compassion. How their lives might breed the ruin of my name. Opinion, shall anything that loves me perish for me? That were cruel wisdom. Do men prime the straight young bows that blush with 1,000 blossoms because they may be rotten? O Duke, Theseus, the goodly mothers that have ground for these and all the longing maids that ever loved, if your vows stand, shall curse me and my beauty, and in their funeral songs for these two cousins despise my cruelty and cry woe worth me till I am nothing but the scorn of women. For heaven's sake, save their lives and banish them.
On what conditions?
Swear 'em nevermore to make me their contention, or to know me, to tread upon thy dukedom, and not to be wherever thou shalt travel, ever strangers to one another.
I'll be cut to pieces before I take this oath. Forget I love her? Oh, all you gods, despise me then. Thy banishment I not mislight, so we may fairly carry our swords and cause along. Else never trifle, but take our lives, Duke. I must love and will, and for that love must and dare kill this cousin on any piece the earth has.
Will you, Archetype, take these conditions?
He's a villain then.
These are men.
No, never, Duke. 'Tis worse to me than begging to take my life so basely. Though I think I shall never enjoy her, yet I'll preserve the honor of affection and die for her. Death a devil.
What may be done? For now I feel compassion.
Let it not fall again, sir.
Say, Emilia, if one of them were dead, as one must, are you content to take the other to be your husband? They cannot both enjoy you. They are princes as goodly as your own eyes, and as noble as ever fame yet spoke of. Look upon him, and if you can love, end this difference. I give consent, and are you content too, princes?
With all our souls.
With all our souls.
He that she refuses must die then.
Any death thou canst spend, Duke. If I fall from that mouth, I fall with favor, and lovers yet unborn shall bless my ashes.
If she refuse me, yet my grave will wed me, and soldiers sing my epitaph.
Make choice then.
I cannot, sir. They are both too excellent for me. A hair shall never fall of these men.
What will become of them?
Thus I ordain it, and by mine honor, once again it stands, or both shall die. You shall both to your country, and each within this month, accompanied with 3 fair knights, appear again in this place, in which I'll plant a pyramid, and whether before us that are here can force his cousin by fair and knightly strength to touch the pillar, he shall enjoy her, the other lose his head, and all his friends. Nor shall he grudge to fall, nor think he dies with interest in this lady. Will this content ye?
Yes. Here, cousin Arcite, I am friends again. Till that hour.
I embrace thee.
Are you content, sister?
Yes, I must, sir, else both miscarry.
Come, shake hands again then, and take heed. As you are gentlemen, this quarrel sleep till the hour prefixed, and hold your course.
We dare not fail thee, Theseus.
Come, I'll give ye now usage like to princes and to friends. When ye return, who wins I'll settle here, who loses, yet I'll weep upon his bier.
Are we taking any break, or are we still going on?
It's up. You want to take a break? You can take a break. Do you all want to take a break? Hello. Do you all want to take a break or what?
Oh,
No.
yeah, keep
No?
going. I'm good.
Keep
If you're
going.
right.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
keep
keep going.
Okay. Hear you no more. Was nothing said of me concerning the escape of Palamon? Good sir, remember.
nothing that I heard, for I came home before the business was fully ended. Yet I might perceive, ere I departed, a great likelihood of both their pardons. For Hippolyta and fair-eyed Emily upon their knees begged with such handsome pity that the Duke methought stood staggering, whether he should follow his rash oath or the sweet companion of those two ladies. Compassion of those two ladies, and to second them that Perithous, half his own heart set in two, that I hope all shall be well. Neither heard I one question of your name or his scape.
Pray heaven it holds so.
Be of good comfort, man. I bring you news, good news.
They are welcome.
Palamon has cleared you and got your pardon and discovered how and by whose means he escaped, which was your daughter's, whose pardon is procured too. And the prisoner, not to be held ungrateful to her goodness, has given a sum of money to her marriage, a large one, I'll assure you.
Ye are a good man, and ever bring good news.
How was it ended?
Why, as it should be. They that never begged, but they prevailed, had their suits fairly granted. The prisoners have their lives.
I knew it would be so.
But there be new conditions, which you'll hear of at a better time.
I hope they are good.
They are honorable. How good they'll prove, I know not.
'Twill be known.
War, where's the war, David?
Oh, yes.
Page 100.
I'm there. I'm there. Alas, sir, where's your daughter?
Why do you ask?
Oh, sir, when did you see her?
How he looks!
This morning.
Was she well? Was she in health? Sir, when did she sleep?
These are strange questions.
What happened to David? Disappeared?
I do not think she was very well. For now, you make me mind her. But this very day, I asked her questions, and she answered me so far from what she was, so childishly, so sillily, as if she were a fool, an innocent. And I was very angry. But what of her, sir?
Nothing but my pity. But you must know it, as good by me, and as by any other, less loves her.
Well, sir.
Not
right.
Not
no,
well.
sir, not well. 'Tis true, she is mad.
It cannot be.
Believe me, find it
be.
so.
I have suspected. Oh, sorry.
Believe me, you'll find it so.
I have suspected what you told me. The gods comfort her. Either this was her love to Palamon, or fear of my miscarrying on his escape, or both.
Is likely.
But why all this haste, sir?
I'll tell you quickly. As late I was angling in the great lake that lies beyond the palace. From far shore, thick set with reeds and sedges, and as patiently as I was attending sport, I heard a voice, a shrill one, and attentive. I gave my ear, and when I might well perceive, 'twas one that sung, and by the smallness of it, a boy or a woman, and then left my angle. 'Tis his own skill, came near, but yet it perceived not. Who made the sound, the rushes, The reeds had so encompassed it. I laid me down, and I listened to the woods she sung. And for then, through small glad cut, the fisherman, I saw it was your daughter.
Pray go on, sir.
She sung much, but no sense. Only I heard her repeat this often. Palamon is gone to the wood to gather mulberries. I'll find him out tomorrow.
Pretty soul.
His shackles will betray him. He'll be taken. And what shall I do then? I'll bring a bevy, 100 black-eyed maids, and I love as I do, with chaplets with their heads of daffodils, with cherry lips and cheeks of damask roses, and will dance an antique for the Duke. And I beg his pardon when she talked of you, sir. Then you must lose your head tomorrow morning, and she must gather flowers to bury you, and see the house made handsome. And she sung nothing but willow, 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 and between. Ever it was Palamon, fair Palamon, and Palamon was a tall young man. The place was knee-deep where she sat, her careless tresses, and the reek of bulrush rounded about her stock. 1,000 fresh water flowers in several colors, that thought she appeared like the fair nymph that feeds the lake with waters, as iris newly dropped down from heaven. Rings she made of rushes that grew by, and to him spoke. The prettiest posies, thus by our true love's tie. This you may lose, not me, and a many one. And then she wept, and sung again, and sighed, and with that same breath smiled, and kissed her hand.
Alas, what a pity it is.
I made into her. She saw me, and straight sought the flood. I saved her, and set her safe to the land, when presently she slipped away in the city maid, with such a cry and swiftness that, believe me, she left the far behind her, 3 and 4, and I saw far off the cross her, and one of them I knew to be your brother where she stayed, and fell scarce to be got away, and I left them with her. And Heather, to tell you, here they are.
And you never more enjoy the light. Is that not a fine song?
Oh, it's a very fine one.
I could sing 20 more.
I think you can.
Yes, truly can I. I could sing The Broom and Bonnie Robin. Are you not a tailor?
Yes.
Well, where's my wedding gown?
Bring it tomorrow.
Do, very rarely. I must be abroad else to call the maids and pay the minstrels, for I must lose my maidenhead by cocklight. 'Twill never thrive else. Oh, fair, oh, sweet, oh, fair.
You must even take it patiently.
'Tis true.
Good evening, good men. Pray, did you ever hear of one young Palamon?
Yes, wench, we know him.
Is not a fine young gentleman?
'Tis love.
By no means cross her. She is then distempered for worse than now she shows.
Yes, he's a fine man.
Oh, is he so? You have a sister.
Yes.
But she shall never have him. Tell her so. For a trick that I know, you had best look to her. For if she sees him once, She's gone. She's done. And undone in an hour. The young maids of our town are in love with him. But I laugh at him. I let him all alone. It's not a wise course.
Yes.
There is at least 200 now with child by him. Yeah, there must be four, and yet I keep close, for all this close as a cup, and all these must be boys. He has the trick on it, and at 10 years old they must be all musicians and sing the wars of Theseus.
This is strange.
Oh, as ever you heard, but say nothing.
No.
They come from all parts of the dukedom to him. I warrant you, he had not so few last night as 20 to dispatch. He ticked it up in 2 hours, if his hand be in.
She's lost, past all cure.
Heaven forbid, man.
Ooh, come hither, come hither. You are a wise man. Come.
Does she know him? No, would she did?
You are master of a ship? You.
Yes.
Where's your compass?
Here.
Well, set it to the north, and now direct your course to the wood, where Palamon lies longing for me. For the tackling, let me alone. Come, weigh my heart's cheer.
Ow, ow, ow!
Ow! Ow! Ow! Fair. Top the bowling. Out main sail.
Whistle, master. Whistle.
Master.
Let's go, Ren.
Up to the top, boy.
Where's the pilot?
What canst thou?
A fair word.
Well, bear forward, master. Take about. When Cynthia with her borrowed light, she sang about when Cynthia
Yet I may bind those wounds up that must open and bleed to death for my sake else. I'll choose and end their strife. 2 such young, handsome men shall never fall from me. Their weeping mothers, following the dead cold ashes of their sons, shall never curse my cruelty. Good heaven, what a sweet face has Arcady, if wise nature with all her best endowments, all those beauties she sows unto the births of noble bodies, were here a mortal woman, and had in her the coy denials of young maids. Yet doubtless she would run mad for this man. What an eye! Of what fiery sparkle and quick sweetness as this young prince. Here love himself sits, smiling, just such another wanton Ganymede, set love afire with, and enforce the gods snatch up the goodly boy, and set him by him a shining constellation. What a brow! Of what a spacious majesty he carries, arched like a great-eyed Juno, but far sweeter, smoother than Pelops' shoulder. Fame and honor, with methinks from hence, as from a promontory pointed in heaven, should clasp their wings and sing to all the underworld the loves and fights of gods. And such men near 'em, Palamon is but his foil, to him a mere dull shadow. He's swarth and meager, of his an eye as heavy as if he had lost his mother, a still temper, no stirring in him, no alacrity of all this sprightly sharpness, not a smile. Yet these that we count errors may become him. Narcissus was a sad boy, but a heavenly one who can find the bent of woman's fancy. I am a fool. My reason is lost in me. I have no choice, and I have lied so lewdly that women ought to beat me. On my knees, I ask thy pardon. Palamon, thou art alone, and only beautiful, and these the eyes, these the bright lamps of beauty that command and threaten love. And what young maid dare cross them with a bold gravity, and yet inviting hath this brown, manly face? Oh, love, this only from this hour is complexion. Lie there, Arcite, thou art a changeling to him, a sincere gypsy, and this the noble body. I am sotted, utterly lost. My virtuous faith hath fled me, for if my brother but even now had asked me whether I loved, I had run mad for Arcite. Now if my sister, more for Palamon, stand both together. Now, come, ask me, brother. Alas, I know not. Ask me now, sweet sister, I may go look. What a mere child is fancy, that having two fair gods of equal sweetness, cannot distinguish, but must cry for both. How now, sir?
From the noble Duke, your brother, madam, I bring you news. The knights are come.
To end the quarrel?
Yes.
Would I might end first what sins I have committed. Chaste Diana, that my unspotted youth must now be soiled with blood of princes? And my chastity be made the altar where the lives of lovers two greater and two better never yet made mother's joy must be the sacrifice to my unhappy beauty?
Bring him in quickly. By any means, I long to see him. Your two contending lovers are returned, and with them their fair knights. Now, my fair sister, you must love one of them.
I had rather both, so neither for my sake should I fall untimely.
Who saw him?
I, a while.
And I.
From whence came you, sir?
From the knights.
Pray speak, you that have seen them, what they are.
Oh, I will, sir, and truly what I think. 6 braver spirits than those that wrought, if we judge by the outside, I never saw nor read of. He that stands in the first place with archetype by his seeming should be a stout man, by his face a prince, his looks, so say him, his complexion near a brown than black, stern and yet noble, what shows him hardly, fearless, proud of danger. The circles of his eyes shows fire within him, and as a heated lion so he looks. His hair hangs long behind him, black and shining, like raven's wings. His shoulders broad and strong, arms long and round, and on his side a sword, hung by a curious baldric, when he frowns to seal his will with. Better, oh, my conscience was never a soldier's friend.
Thou hast well described him.
Yet a great deal short. Methinks of him that's first with Palamon.
Pray speak him, friend.
I guess he is a prince too, and if it may be, greater, for his show has all ornament of honor in it. He's somewhat bigger than the knights he spoke of, but of a face far sweeter. His complexion is as a ripe grape, ruddy. He has felt without doubt what he fights for, and so apter to make this cause his own. In his face appears all the fair hopes of what he undertakes. And when he's angry, then a settled valor, not tainted with extremes, runs through his body and guides his arm to brave things. Fear he cannot. He shows no such soft temper. His head's yellow, hard-haired and curled, thick twined like ivy tops, not to undo with thunder. In his face, the livery of the warlike maid appears, pure red and white, for yet no beard has blessed him, and in his rolling eyes sits victory, as if he ever meant to correct his valor. His nose stands high, character of honor. His red lips, after fights, are fit for ladies.
Must these men die too?
When he speaks, his tongue sounds like a trumpet. All his lineaments are as a man would wish them, strong and clean. He wears a well-skilled axe, a staff of gold. His age, some 25.
There's another, a little man, but of a tough soul, seemingly as great as any, fairer promises in such a body, yet I never looked on.
Ah, he's that freckle-faced?
The same, my lord. Are they not sweet ones?
Yes, they're well.
Ah, methinks being so few and well disposed, they show great and fine art in nature. He's white-haired, not wanton white, but such a manly color, next to an auburn, tough and nimble set, which shows an active soul. His arms are brawny, lined with strong sinews to the shoulder piece. Gently they swell, like women's new conceived, which speaks him prone to labor. Never fainting under the weight of arms, stout-hearted still, but when he stirs the tigers, he's gray-eyed, which yields compassion when he's conquered, sharp to try advantages, and where he finds him, he's swift to make him his. He does no wrongs, nor takes none. He's round-faced, and when he smiles, he shows a lover. When he frowns, a soldier. About his head he wears the winter's oak, and in it stuck the favor of his lady. His age, some 36. In his hand he bears a charging staff embossed with silver.
Are they all thus?
They are all the sons of honor.
Now, as I have a soul, I long to see him. Lady, you shall see men fight now.
I wish it, but not the cause, my lord. They would show bravely about the titles of 2 kingdoms. 'Tis pity love should be so tyrannous. Oh, my soft-hearted sister, what think you? Oh, weep not till they weep blood. Wretch it must be.
You have steeled him with your beauty, honored friend. To you I give the field. Pray order it, fitting the person that must use it.
Yes, sir.
Come, I'll go visit him. I cannot stay. Their fame has fired me so. Till they appear, good friend, be royal.
There shall want no bravery.
Poor wench, I go weep for whoever wins, loses a noble cousin for my sins.
Taylor or Doctor?
Oh, shit.
Doctor.
Okay, we're on page 115.
115.
Her distractions more at some time of the moon than at other time, is it not?
She is continually in a harmless distemper, sleeps little, altogether without appetite, save often drinking, dreaming of another world and a better. And what broken piece of matter soe'er she's about, the name Palamon lauds it, that she fusses every business. With all, it fits into every question, looks where she comes. You shall perceive her behavior.
I have forgot it quite. The burden was on it. was Donna, and penned by no worse man than Giraldo, Emilia's schoolmaster. He's as fantastical too as ever he may go upon his legs. For in the next world will Dido see Palamon, and then she will be out of love with Aeneas.
Stops here, poor soul.
Even thus, all day long.
Now, for this charm that I told you of, you must bring a piece of silver on the tip of your tongue, or no fairy bed, if it be your chance to come where the blessed spirits, as there's a sight now, we maids that have our livers perished, cracked to pieces with love, we shall come there and do nothing all day long, but pick flowers with Proserpine, and then we'll make Palamon a nosegay. Then let him mark me.
Oh, she's amiss. No further.
Well, Faith, I'll tell you, sometime we go to barley break, we of the blessed. Alas, 'tis a sore life they have in the other place. Oh, such burning, frying, boiling, hissing, howling, shattering, cursing. Oh, they have shrewd measure. Take heed. If one be mad, or hang, or drown themselves, thither they go. Jupiter bless us. And there shall we be put in a cauldron of lead and usurer's grease amongst a whole million of cut purses, and there boil like a gammon of bacon. There never will be enough. No.
How her brain coins.
Lords and courtiers that have got maids with child, they are in this place. They shall stand in fire up to the navel, yeah, and in ice up to the heart. And there the offending part burns, and the deceiving part freezes. In troth, a very grievous punishment, as one would think, for such a trifle. Believe me, one would marry a leprous witch to be rid of it. I'll assure you.
How she continues this fancy. 'Tis not an engrafted madness, but a most thin, profound melancholy.
Here, there, a proud lady and a proud city wife, all together. Huh, I were a beast and I'd call it good sport. One cries, "Oh, this smoke, and under the fire." One cries, "Oh, that I ever did it behind the arras oops," and then howls. The other curses a suing fellow in a garden house. Odd I whoops you, my stars, my fate. Ha ha ha. Blah, blah, blah.
What think you of her, sir?
I think she has a perturbed mind, which I cannot minister to.
Alas, what then?
Understand you, she ever affected any man ere she beheld Palamon?
I was once, sir, in great hope she had fixed her liking on this gentleman, my friend.
I did think so too, and would account I had penworth on it, to give half my state, that both she and I at this present stood unfaithfully on the same terms.
That intemperate surfeit of her eye has at least tempered the other senses. They may return and settle again to their preordained faculties, but they are now in a most extravagant vagary. This you must do. Confine her to a place where light may rather seem to steal in than be permitted. Take upon you, young sir, her friend, the name of Palamon. You come to eat with her and to commune of love. This will catch her attention, for this mind beats upon. Other objects that are inserted into her mind and eye become the pranks and friskins of her madness. Sing to her such Greek songs of love as she says Palamon had sung in prison. Come to her stuck in as sweet flowers as the season is mistress of, and thereto mention of some of the odors, which are grateful to the sense. All this shall become Palamon, for Palamon can sing, Palamon is sweet, and every good thing. Desire to eat with her, crave her, drink to her, and still intermingle your petition of grace and acceptance into her favor. Learn maids have been her companions and playfellows, and let them repair to her with Palamon in their mouths, and appear with tokens as if they suggested for him. It is a falsehood she is in, which is with falsehoods to be combated. This may bring her to eat, to sleep, and reduce what's now out of square in her into their former law and regiment. I have seen it approved, how many times I know not, but to make no more, I have great hope in this. I will, between the passages of this project, come in with my appliance. Let us put it in execution and hasten the success, which doubt not will bring forth comfort.
Now, let him enter, and before the gods tender their holy prayers. Let the temples burn bright with sacred fires, and the altars in hallowed clouds commend their swelling incense to those above us. Let no dew be wanting. They have a noble work in hand, will honor the very powers that love him.
So they enter.
You valiant and strong-hearted enemies, you royal German foes, that this day come to blow that nearness out that flames between ye, lay by your anger for an hour, and dove-like before the holy altars of your helpers, the all-feared gods, bow down your stubborn bodies. Your ire is more than mortal, so your help be. And as the gods regard ye, fight with justice. I'll leave you to your prayers, and betwixt ye I part my wishes.
Honor crown the worthiest.
The glass is running now that cannot finish till one of us expire. Think you but thus, that were there aught in me which strove to show mine enemy in this business, were one eye against another, arm oppressed by arm, I would destroy the offender cause. I would, though parcel of myself. Then from this gather how I should tender you.
I am in labor to push your name, your ancient love, our kindred, out of my memory, and in the selfsame place to seat something I would confound. So, hoist we the sails that must these vessels port, even where the heavenly limiter pleases.
You speak well. Before I turn, let me embrace thee, cousin. This I shall never do again.
One farewell.
Why, let it be so. Farewell, cuz.
Farewell, sir. Knights, kinsmen, lovers, yea, my sacrifices, true worshippers of Mars, whose spirit in you expels the seeds of fear and the apprehension which still is farther off it, go with me before the gods of our profession, and there require of him the hearts of lions and the breath of tigers, yea, the fierceness too, yea, the speed also, to go on, I mean. Else wish we were to be snails. You know my prize must be dragged out of blood, force, and great feet, must put my garlands on where she sticks the queen of flowers. Our intercession then must be to him that makes the camp, a cestron, brined with the blood of men. Give me your aid, and bend your spirits towards him. Thou mighty one, that with thy power hast turned green Neptune into purple, comets pre-worn, whose havoc in vasty field unearthed skulls proclaim, whose breath blows down the teeming Ceres poison, who doth pluck with hand omnipotent from forth blue clouds, the mason turrets that both makest and breakst the sterny girths of cities, me, thy pupil, youngest follower of thy drone, instruct this day with military skill, that to thy laud I may advance my streamer, and by thee be still the lord of the day. Give me, great Mars, some token of thy pleasure. O great corrector of enormous times, shaker of o'er-ranked states, thou grand decider of dusty and old titles, that healst with blood the earth when it is sick, and curse the world and o pleurisy of people, I do take thy signs auspiciously, and in thy name to my design march boldly. Let us go.
Our stars must glister with new fire or be today extinct. Our argument is love, which, if the goddess of it grant, she gives victory to. Then blend your spirits with mine, you whose free nobleness do make my cause your personal hazard. To the goddess Venus commend we our proceeding, and implore her power unto our party. Hail, sovereign queen of secrets, who hast power to call the fiercest tyrant from his rage, and weep unto a girl that has the might, even with an eye glance, to choke Mars's drum and turn the alarm to whispers, that canst make a cripple flourish with his crutch and cure him before Apollo, that mayest force the king to be his subject's vassal and induce stable gravity to dance, the polled bachelor whose youth like wanton boys through bonfires have skipped thy flame at 70 thou canst catch and make him to the score of his hoarse throat abuse young lays of love. What godlike power hast thou not power upon? To Phoebus thou addedst flames hotter than his. The heavenly fires did scorch his mortal son, thine him. The huntress, all moist and cold, some say began to throw her bow away and sigh. Take to thy grace me, thy vowed soldier, who do bear thy yoke as 'twere a wreath of roses, yet is heavier than lead itself, stings more than nettles. I have never been foul-mouthed against thy law, never revealed secret, for I knew none, would not had I kenned all that were. I never practiced upon man's wife, nor would the libels read of liberal wits. I never at great feasts sought to betray a beauty, but have blushed at simpering sirs that did. I have been harsh to large confessors, and have hotly asked them if they had mothers. I had one, a woman, and women were they wronged. I knew a man of 80 winters. This I told them, who a lass of 14 brided. 'Twas thy power to put life into dust. The aged cramp had screwed his square foot round. The gout had knit his fingers into knots. Torturing convulsions from his globby eyes had almost drawn their spears. That what was life in him seemed torture. This anatomy had by his young fair fear a boy. And I believed it was his, for she swore it was. And who would not believe her? Brief I am to those that prate and have done, no companion to those that boast and have not, a defier to those that would and cannot, a rejoicer, yea, him I do not love, that tells close offices the foulest way, nor names concealments in the boldest language. Such a one I am, and vow that lover never yet made sigh truer than I. Oh, then, most soft, sweet goddess, give me the victory of this question, which is true love's merit, and bless me with a sign of thy great pleasure. O thou that from 11 to 90 reignest in mortal bosoms, whose chase is this world, and we in herds thy game, I give thee thanks for this fair token, which being laid unto mine innocent true heart, arms in assurance my body to this business. Let us rise and bow before the goddess. Time comes on.
O sacred, shadowy, cold, and constant queen, abandoner of revels, mate contemplative, sweet, solitary, white as chaste, and pure as windfen snow, who to thy fennel nights allowest no more blood than will make a blush, which is their order's robe. I hear thy priest, am humbled for thine altar. O vouchsafe with that thy rare green eye, which never yet beheld thing immaculate. Look on thy virgin and sacred silver mistress. Lend thy ear, which never heard skirl term, and to whose port never entered wanton sound. To my petition seasoned with holy fear, this is my last of vestal office. I am bride habited, but made him Hartrud a husband I have pointed, but do not know him out of two. I should choose one and pray for his success, but I am guiltless of election of mine eyes. Were I to lose one, they are equal precious. I could doom neither. That which perished should go to unsentenced. Therefore, most modest queen, he of the two pretenders that best loves me and has the truest title in it, let him take off my wheaten garland, or else grant me the file and quality I hold. I may continue in thy band. See what our general of ebbs and flows out of the howls of her holy altar with sacred act advances but one rose. If well inspired, this battle shall confound both these brave knights, and I, a virgin flower, must grow alone, unplucked. The flower is fame, the tree descends. O mistress, thou here dischargest me. I shall be gathered, I think so, but I know not thine own will. Unclasp thy mystery. I hope she is pleased. Her signs were gracious.
Has this advice told you done any good on her?
Oh, very much. The maids that kept her company have persuaded her that I am Palamon. And when this half hour she came smiling to me, and asked me what I would eat. And when I would kiss her, I told her presently, and kissed her twice.
Was well done. 20 times had been far better for the cure lies in me.
Then she told me she would watch with me tonight, and for well she knew what hour my fit would take me.
Let her do so, and when the fit comes, fit her home and pleasantly.
She would have me sing. No.
Very done then. You should observe her every way.
Alas, I have no voice, sir, to confirm her that way.
That's all one. If he make a noise, if he entreat again, do anything. Lie with her if she asks you.
Oh, there, doctor.
Yes, in the door.
But first, by your leave, in the way of honesty.
That's but a niceness. Don't cast your child away for honesty. Cure her first this way. Then if she will be honest, she has the path before her.
Thank ye, doctor.
Pray bring her in and let's see how she is.
I will, and tell her her Palamon stays for her. Doctor, methinks you are the wrong still.
Go. You fathers are fine fools, and we should give her physic till we find that.
Why do you think she's not honest, sir?
How old is she?
She's 18.
She may be, that's all one. It's nothing to our purpose. Whatever her father says, if I'm inclining that way, be diligent the way of flesh you have me.
Very well, sir.
Please, it cures her the melancholy humor that infects her.
I am of your mind, doctor.
You'll find it so. Come, stay her.
Come, your love, Palamon stays for you, child, and has done this long hour to visit you.
Well, that's nice, but my PDF went bouncing around. What page are we on, please?
131.
131.
What? Oh, okay, yes. I'm very close. And yes.
The top of the page.
Top of the page. Oh, I thank him for his gentle patience. He's a kind gentleman, and I am much bound to him. Did you see the horse? Did you never see the horse he gave me?
Yes.
What? How do you like him?
He's a very fair one.
Well, you never saw him dance?
No.
You never saw him dance? Yikes, I have often. He dances very finely, very comely. And for a jig, come out and a long tail to him. He turns you like a top.
Yeah, that's fine indeed.
He'll dance the Morris 20 miles an hour, and that will founder the best hobby horse I have any skill in the parish. If I do and gallop to the tune of Light of Love. What think ye of his horse?
Having these virtues, I think he might be brought to play at tennis.
Oh, well, alas, that's nothing.
Can he read and write? Write and read too?
Well, a very fair hand, and casts himself the account of all his hay and provender. That ostler must be betine that causes him. That you know the chestnut mare the Duke has?
Very well.
She is horribly in love with him. Poor heart, beast. But he is like his master, coy, scornful.
What dowry has she?
Some 200 bottles, 20 strike oats, and he I never have, but oh my goodness, but he I'll never have her. He lisps in his name, able to entice a miller's mare, and here be the death of her.
What stuff she utters!
Make curtsy. Here your love comes.
Oh.
Pretty soul, how do ye? That's fine, maid. Here's the curtsy.
Yours to command in the way of honesty. How far is it now, troth, to the end of the world, my masters?
Why, a day's journey, wench.
Oh, will you go with me?
What shall we do there, wench?
Why, play at stool ball. What is there else to do?
I am content if we shall keep our wedding there.
'Tis true, for there I assure you we shall find some blind priest for the purpose that will venture to marry us. For here they are nice and foolish. Besides, my father must be hanged tomorrow, and that would be a blot to the business. Are you not Palamon?
Do not you know me?
Yes, but you care not for me. I have nothing but this poor petticoat, and you, and 2 coarse smocks.
That's all one. I will have you.
Will you? Surely?
Yes, by this fair hand will I.
Well, we'll to bed then.
Even when you will.
Oh, sir, you would fain be nibbling.
How do you rub my kiss off?
'Tis a sweet one, and will perfume me finely against the wedding. Is not this your cousin, Arcite?
Yes, sweetheart, and I am glad my cousin Palon has made so fair a choice.
Oh, do you think he'll have me?
Yes, without doubt.
Do you think so too?
Yes.
Oh, we shall have many children. Oh, Lord, how you're grown. Oh, my Palamon, I hope, will grow too finely. Now he's at liberty. Alas, poor chicken. He was kept down with hard meat and ill lodging, but I'll kiss him up again.
What do you hear? You lose the noblest sight that ever was seen.
Are they in the field?
They are. You bear a charge there too.
I'll away straight. I must even leave you here.
Nay, we'll go with you. I will not lose the fight.
How did you like her?
I'll warrant you within these 3 or 4 days I'll make her right again. You must not from her, but still preserve in this way.
I will.
Let's get her in.
Come, sweet. We'll go to dinner, and then we'll play at cards.
And shall we kiss too?
100 times.
And 20.
Aye, and 20.
And then we'll sleep together.
Take her off.
Yes, Mary, will we?
But you shall not hurt me.
I will not, sweetie.
If you do, I'll cry.
I'll no step further.
Oh, yes, you will. Hold on. Will you lose this sight?
I had rather see a wren hawk at a fly than this decision. Every blow that falls threats a brave life. Each stroke laments the place whereon it falls, and sounds more like a bell than blade. I will stay here. It is enough my hearing shall be punished, with what shall happen against that which there is no deafing. But to hear not taint mine eye with dread sights it may shun.
Sir, my good lord, your sister will know further.
Oh, she must. She shall see deeds of honor in their kind, which sometimes show well penciled. Nature now shall make and act the story, the belief both sealed with eye and ear. You must be present. You are the victor's meed, the price and garland to crown the question's title.
Pardon me, if I were there, I'd wink.
You must be there. The trial is as 'twere in the night, and you the only star to shine.
I am extinct. There is but envy in that light, which shows the one the other. Darkness which ever was the dam of horror, who does stand accursed of many mortal millions, may now even be casting her black mantle over both that neither could find other. Get herself some part of a good name, and many a murder set off whereto she's guilty.
You must go.
In faith, I will not.
Why, the knights must kindle their valor at your eye. Know of this war, you are the treasure, and must needs be by to give the service pay.
Sir, pardon me. The title of a knight to may be tried out of itself.
Well, then, at your pleasure, those that remain with you could wish their office to any of their enemies.
Farewell, sister. I am like to know your husband for yourself by some small start of time. He whom the gods do of the two know best. I pray that he be made your lot.
Arcady is gently visaged, yet his eye is like an Aegean bent, or of a sharp weapon in a soft sheath. Mercy and manly courage are bedfellows in this visage. Palamon has a most menacing aspect. His brow is graved and seems to bury what it frowns on, yet sometimes 'tis not so, but alters to the quality of his thoughts. Long time his eye will dwell upon his object. Melancholy becomes him nobly. So does Arcadi's mirth, but Palamon's sadness is a kind of mirth, so mingled as if mirth did make him sad, and sadness merry. Those whose darker humors that strike misbecomingly on others, on them live in fair dwelling. Hark! How you spurs to spirit do incite the princes to their proof. Arcady may win me, and yet may Palamon wound Arcady to the spoiling of his figure. Oh, what pity enough for such a chance. If I were by, I might do hurt, for they would glance their eyes toward my seat, and in that motion might omit a ward or forfeit an offense which craved the very time. It is much better I am not there. Oh, better never born than minister to such harm. What is the chance?
The cries of Palamon.
Then he is won. 'Twas ever likely he looked all grace and success, and if he is doubtless, the primest of men. I prithee run and tell me how it goes.
Still, Palamon.
Run and inquire, poor servant. Thou hast lost upon my right side. Still I wore thy picture, Palamon's on the left. Why so I know not. I had no end in it, else chance would have it so. Oh, the sinister side the heart lies. Palamon had been the best boding chance. This burst of clamor is sure the end of the combat.
They said that Palamon had Arcite's body within an inch of the pyramid, that the cry was general of Palamon, but anon. The assistants made a brave redemption, and the two bold titlers at this instant are hand to hand at it.
Were they metamorphized both into one? Oh, why? There were no women worth so composed a man. Their single share, their noblest peculiar to them, gives the prejudice of disparity, value shortness. Oh, to any lady breathing, more exalting?
Nay, now the sound is Arcite.
I prithee lay attendance to thy cry, set both thine ears to the business.
The cry is Arcite, and victory. Hark, Arcite, victory! The combat's consumption is proclaimed by the wind instruments.
Half sight saw that Arcite was no babe. Gods lied, his richness and costliness of spirit looked against him. It could not be, hidden him. Then fire and flax, then humble. Banks can go to law with waters that drift winds, forced to raging. I did think good Palamon would miscarry, yet I know not why I did think so. Our reasons are not prophets when oft our fancies are. They are coming off. Alas, poor Palamon!
Lo, where our sister is in expectation, yet quaking and unsettled. Fairest Emily, the gods by their divine arbitrament have given you this knight. He is a good one, as ever struck at head. Give me your hands, receive you her, you him. Be plighted with a love that grows as you decay.
Emily, to buy you, I have lost what is dearest to me, save what is bought. Yet I purchase cheaply, as I do rate your value.
Oh, loved sister, he speaks now of as brave a knight as e'er did spur a noble steed. Surely the gods would have him die a bachelor, lest his race should show in the world too godlike. His behavior so charmed me that methought Alcides was to him a sow of lead. If I could praise every part of him to the all, I have spoke. Your Arcite did not lose by it, for he that was thus good encountered yet his better. I have heard two emulous Philomels beat the ear of the night with their contentious throats, now one the higher, anon the other, then again the first, and by outbreasted, that the sense could not be judged between 'em. So it fared good space between these kinsmen, till heavens did make hardly one the winner. Wear the garland with joy that you have won. For the subdued give them our present justice, since I know their lives but pinch 'em. Let it here be done, the scene's not for our seeing. Go we hence, right joyful with some sorrow. Arm your prize, I know you will not lose her. Hippolyta, I see one eye of yours conceives a tear, that the which it will deliver.
This winning? Of all you heavenly powers, where is your mercy? But that your wills have said it must be so, and charge me live to comfort this unfriended, this miserable prince, that cuts away a life more worthy from him than all women I should and would die too.
Infinite pity that four such eyes should be so fixed on one, that two must needs be blind for it.
So it is.
There's many a man alive that hath outlived the love of the people, Yea, in self-same state stands many a father with his child. Some comfort we have by so considering. We expire, and not without men's pity, to live still, have their God, their good wishes. We prevent the loathsome misery of age, beguile the gout and rheum that in lag hours attend for gray approachers. We come towards the gods, young and unwrapped not, not halting under crimes many and stale. That, sure, shall please the gods sooner than such, to give us nectar with them, for we are more clear spirits. My dear kinsman, whose lives for this poor comfort are laid down, you have sold them too cheap.
What ending could be of more content, or us the victors have fortune, whose title is as momentary as to us death is certain, a grain of honor that not one weigh us.
Let us bid farewell, and with our patience, anger, tottering fortune, who is at her certain's reels?
Come, who begins?
Even he that led you to this banquet shall taste to you all. Ah, my friend, your gentle daughter gave me freedom once. You'll see it done now forever. Pray, how does she? I heard she was not well. Her kind of ill gave me some sorrow.
Sir, she's well restored and to be married shortly.
By my short life, I am most glad on it. 'Tis the latest thing I shall be glad of. Prithee tell her so. Commend me to her, and to piece her portion, tender her this.
Nay, let's be offers all.
Is it a maid?
Verily, I think so. A right good creature, more to me deserving than I can quick or speak of.
Commend
us to her.
The gods requite you all and make her thankful.
Adieu, and let my life be now as short as my leave taking.
Lead, courageous cousin.
We'll follow cheerfully.
Hold, hold, oh, hold, hold.
Hold! It is a cursed haste you made if you had done so quickly. Noble Palamon, the gods will show their glory in a life that thou art yet to lead.
Can that be, when Venus, I have said, is false? How do things fare?
Arise, great sir, and give the tidings ear, that are most early sweet and bitter.
What? Hath waked us from a dream?
This then your cousin, mounted upon a steed that Emily did first bestow on him, a black one, owing not a hair worth of white, which some will say weakens his price, and many will not buy his goodness with this note, which superstition here finds allowance. On this horse is Arcite, trotting the stones of Athens, which the Chalcons did rather tell than trample, for the horse would make his length of mile if it pleased his rider to put pride in him. As he thus went counting the flinty pavement, dancing aswir with music, his own hoofs made, for as they say, from iron came music's origin. What envious flints, cold as O Saturn, and like him possessed with fire malevolent, darted a spark of what fierce sulphur else to this end made, I comment not. The hot horse, hot as fire, took toy at this, and fell to what disorder his power could give his wit. Bounds comes to an end, forget school doing, being there entrained, and of kind mangled, pig-like, he whines at the sharp row which he frets at feather, then any jot obeys, seeks all foul means of boisterous and rough tradery to deceit his lord, that kept it bravely when naught served, when neither curb would crack, girth break, nor differing plunges disroot his rider. Once he grew, but that he kept him tween his legs on his hands, hoofs on end he stands, that Arcades' legs being higher than his head, seemed with strange art to hang. His victor's wraith even then fell off his head, and presently backward the jade comes o'er, and his full poise becomes the rider's load. Yet he is living, but such a vessel 'tis that floats but for that surge that next approaches. He must desires to have some speech with you. Lo, he appears.
Oh, miserable end of our alliance. The gods are mighty, Arcite, if thy heart, thy worthy manly heart be yet unbroken. Give me thy last words. I am Palamon, one that yet loves thee, thee dying.
Acamelia, with her all the world's joy. Reach thy hand farewell. I've told my last hour. I was false, yet never treacherous. Forgive me, cousin. One kiss from fair Amelia. 'Tis done. Acre, I die.
Thy brave soul, seek Elysium.
I'll close thine eyes, Prince. Blessed souls be with thee. Thou art a right good man. And while I live this day, I give to tears.
And I to honor.
In this place first you fought, even very here I sundered you, and acknowledge to the gods our thanks that you are living. His part is played, and though it were too short, he did it well. Your day is lengthened, and the blissful dew of heaven does arouse you. The powerful Venus, which hath graced her altar and given you your love, our master Mars has vouched his oracle, and to Arcite gave the grace of the contention. So the deities have showed due justice. Bear this hence.
O cousin, that we should things desire which do cost us the loss of our desire, that naught could buy dear love but loss of dear love.
Never fortune did play a subtler game. The conquered triumphs, the victor has the loss. Yet in the passage the gods have been most equal. Palamon, your kinsman hath confessed the right of the lady did lie in you, for you first saw her, and even then proclaimed your fancy. He restored her as your stolen jewel, and desired your spirit to send him hence forgiven. The gods my justice take from my hand, and they themselves become the executioners. Lead your lady off, and call your lovers from the stage of death, whom I adopt my friends. A day or two let us look sadly, and give grace unto the funeral of our sight, in whose end the visages of bridegrooms will put on, and smile with Palamon, for whom an hour, but 1 hour since, I was as dearly sorry, as glad of our sight, and now as glad as for him sorry. Oh, you heavenly charmers, what things you make of us! For what we lack, we laugh. For what we have, we are sorry still, our children in some kind. Let us be thankful for that which is, and with you leave dispute that are above our question. Let's go off, and bear us like the time.
I would now ask ye how ye like the play, but as it is with schoolboys, cannot say. I am cruel fearful. Pray yet stay a while, and let me look upon ye. No man smile? Well, then it goes hard, I see. He that has loved a young, handsome wench, then show his face. 'Tis strange, if none be here, and if he will against his conscience, let him hiss and kill our market. 'Tis in vain, I see to stay ye. Have it the worst can come then. Now what say ye? And yet mistake me not, I am not bold, we have no such cause. If the tale we have told, for 'tis no other, any way content ye, for to that honest purpose it was meant ye, we have our end, and ye shall have ere long, I dare say many a better, to prolong your old loves to us. We and all our might rest at your service. Gentlemen, good night.
Fini. Flourish. Well done. Yay.
11:06.
Great, I don't really understand.
We missed a few lines and people weren't pronouncing my name right. I think we should do it again. Why don't we start right now?
I said, even though I
Everybody say our seats this time.
saying our site, even though it's supposed to be our site. Sorry.
Because this play's just too short. The whole play's too short, let's face it.
What is this?
I love the Deus Ex Machina at the end. Arcady, whatever his name is, beats everybody up, wins the thing, and then, oh, by the way, a horse killed them. So that's okay. You can have your girl.
Vietnam vet in 4th of July. Remember, he gets back from Vietnam and a tree falls on him.
I had never seen this. I had never seen this. This is the one play I had never seen for just my whole life. And then I saw it at, Mark, it was Medicine Show Theater, you know. They did it about 15 years ago or so.
Really?
You know, and and they did it very, very well. I'm sure they did some cuts, but they did a pretty good job staging that. Like, they didn't have a horse, but you could believe there was a horse up there. They had actors acting out the horse, and they were all backwards. And it was quite some horrible.
Magnificent is the daughter. I don't understand this character at all. He's very much in pain and lust and.
Well, I gotta go, everybody.
Me too. Bye.
You were great. Bye. I'm so sorry about that one. Really, dude. When I was walking my dogs, I have this list of my scenes, and I stooped